level I just forgot about.
Thank you for that, Scott. I appreciate the compliment.
You are welcome, sir. Oh wow, this overlay is
Look,
all sorts of bork.
What I'm saying is, you know those like
There he is.
hexagon-shaped,
Now he's obnoxiously loud.
hexagon-shaped stat spreads?
Oh, it's fine for me.
No, well, by obnoxiously loud, I mean typical Neil.
Okay.
Oh.
You know those hexagon-shaped stat spreads? You can't be perfect in every stat. To be good in another stat, you need to be less in other stats. My dump stat happens to be
Intelligence,
remembering to level.
charisma. Oh, we weren't guessing. Oh, okay.
Well, we can tell what Scott's dump stat is from his guesses, can't we?
Wisdom. Oh, wisdom is definitely, like, no question in my mind, definitely my dump stat.
Yeah, same.
like really bad. Like, I tried to be healthy all the time, but I have absolutely no willpower. So like at work, like at one point in time, like I brought in all this extra stuff, like cook food or whatever while we were there, like brought in a skillet and stuff like that, so we could cook there, like a griddle or whatever to call it, like one of the plug-in ones. And like brought all this stuff, brought in like pumpkin pie and da-da-da. And so finally, like literally last night when we were going to leave, I was like, there's one more piece of pumpkin pie. I assume nobody wants it. I was like, cool, I'll just throw it away. You know what I mean? Because nobody needs it. But as I'm throwing away, I totally took a huge bite out of it first because I have no willpower. I don't. No willpower. I'm like, it's food. I'm like, you can't just throw away food. Mind you, I had no problem throwing away the salad that was in the fridge. Ugh, salad. Am I a rabbit? Anyways. Don't you love Tesh, that Jake and Neil popped in at the same exact time, and despite
it was instant.
they were in the correct positioning. Like,
It was, yeah, it was funny.
It was nice. All right. So after last session, and we totally have to pick up with the important conversation where we are. So we're going to dive right into that in one moment. After last session, there was a little happenance that took place. The characters actually leveled. As we're going to be going into season 2 here. What's up?
I had no idea where you were going with that, and I was like, what happened?
What?
I'm actually really confused.
It's like, Jesus Christ, what went wrong?
What did I miss? What did I black out?
So I was going to say, so the questions are kind of like more or less, did I finish leveling my character correctly? Now, the answer to that question is yes, Jake, you did, because you're the good PC here that completely finished your character before the session.
I finished my character.
Round of applause.
I forgot about
Jake.
Virgil because
Thank you
you
so
made him
much, Jake.
disappear for 3 months. So I forgot about him.
That wasn't me. Norwegian Green dropped the trump card and said, "Get rid of that little pest." So, I'm totally lying.
Either way, he was gone for like a month, so for more than a month, like a couple months. So forgive me for forgetting to level him.
All right. So let's go over these various level ups. Your class is actually called the
They'll get there eventually, guys.
No one helping. I'd like to see how long this can go on for.
He's gone red. Look at him.
Aegis.
There we go.
Oh god. It's just not a typical word.
My head hurts watching Scott through that. Like,
I love that. Like Scott's face full on went like bright red, as if like the body was like, okay, more blood. We need more blood. Need more blood for the thinking.
Yeah, it was. Oh boy. All right, Sonic
That was
Crystal.
good.
You
Yes,
went from level what to level what?
The
to
Sounding
5.
Crystal went from level 5 to level 6 because he's a level ahead of us thanks to one of the traits or feats, one of the other things.
So you ready
think
for
it's
this? It gains nothing.
No, he gains nothing. The
I
skill
know,
points
because
is
the
what I'm
archetypes,
worried about.
Because the archetype. I was gonna say
Yes.
because its health points or whatever are half of yours. All that stuff is driven by you.
So its
And
health
5,
will
6 is
change
the
once
same
we
thing.
roll health. But for now, it'll be the same on everything except for
It is
skill points.
an informant one, correct? So an informant can attempt all knowledge skills untrained and receives a bonus on all knowledge skills equal to half of its level. If it's level 6,
Yeah.
so it has a bonus equal to 3 now instead of 2. Additionally, the informant gains 4+ intelligence modifier skill ranks at each level. So it's 4
there you
plus
go,
intelligence
4.
modifier, yeah.
Which is at the moment 0. That also, so would it gain next level? It'll be
A 7, in which case its intelligence and armor would go up.
yeah. So it'd be a couple levels before it's anything more than 4 a level. And I assume that doesn't work retroactively as its intelligence increases.
Oh, it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when it finally breaks that 12 int, it's going to get a jump.
That was a huge change from 3.0 to 3.5, is that intelligence score increases retroactively, increase your skill points. And that was like, oh my God, thank God. Because like if you were playing a character whose intelligence went up and you had to keep track of when their intelligence went up to make sure that you had the proper number of ranks each level, it was such a pain in the ass. But just being able to do simple math was so much easier. It's like, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. So there's a reason why I'm anal about how I keep notes of who gets what at what level. All right, cool. So that finishes that for you, Tesh. This is a Tesh
Yes.
2. Psychic Warrior. Anything else at 5th level? Not there. Not there. Not there.
Grab
not
the
there.
feet.
I gotta double check the rest of Aegis. At 5th level, your Bab went up by 1. Your
Yep, and I
save
got a
stayed
feat.
the same. Ooh, your DR went up to 3.
It did. It did.
You got reconfigure twice a day
not
and
only
Master
that-
Craftsman.
So reconfigure, I was going to talk to you about because the first reconfigure got removed thanks to Trailblazer.
Yeah.
Do I still get these ones?
I will double check that based off of the
Yep.
the way it says it. And Master
It's-
Craftsman
yeah,
as a
wording's
bonus feat is
interesting.
pretty cool.
No, I don't get Master Craftsman. That is replaced by
Oh.
the ability to add half my class level to perception checks made to locate traps and to disable device checks.
Okay, cool.
The Trailblazer.
That's
It's a kind of
useful.
meh one, but the other stuff in
But
Trailblazer
it
is so
will
good.
come
with
in
it.
handy. At some point in time, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
Tesh, you need to do blah blah blah, and you're gonna be like, okay, what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
And then Tesh, you know that your PowerPoints went up by 2, but also we need to check. I gotta always
gonna
find that. Is it here.
Point, knowledge and ability.
You're level 5 now. So what's your? Are you based off of wisdom for PowerPoints?
No, intelligence, I believe. Oh no, yeah, intelligence, because all my stuff's based on intelligence.
What's your intelligence score?
It is 14.
Okay. So you not only went up 2 PowerPoints per day because you became level 5, but also with a 14 intelligence, you gain another 1 more PowerPoint per day. So you gain 3 total.
Oh, I do. Oh,
Don't
okay,
forget
so
about
that
the
means,
ability modifiers and PowerPoint's chart.
that means I'm 12 instead of 11. That's awesome.
Tash is on this link right here. I'm putting inside of Twitch. Okay.
Yes, please. Thank you.
That right there is a chart that you usually need. So if you're level 5 with a 14, that's 6 plus the base over here
Oh,
is
that's cool.
7. 6 plus 7 is 13. So I believe you should have 13 PowerPoints.
I have 12 written down. Should I have 13?
Yeah, 7
wait,
plus
let me-
6.
Awesome. Okay, 13.
Okay.
That actually makes sense. Yes.
Unless you
No,
have a feat
that-
or something that increases it further. All right, cool.
No. 13 makes sense. I remember with what I had before.
And your own personal skill ranks went up by 6 probably. The chart should have done it on its own.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did do it on its own. I'm now at 35 total ranks, and I've ranked up some stuff.
How did you spend your favorite class point?
I don't remember what that is.
So every time
Oh, that's right. I did. I chose my favorite class thing isn't going into the special. Oh, maybe it is actually. Wait,
Are
because
you getting it's a health point or a skill point, right? Oh, no,
unless
it's,
your class is something
psionic.
special.
Yeah.
My class does do something special.
It's
If I remember
1/4
right.
customization points.
Yes, that's right.
So that means he
Um,
has an additional customization point currently from so normally he's supposed to have 8 customization points at this level, but he should have one extra one equaling
6
9.
actually, because 2 go into permanently ranged attack and empower and energy blast. But that's actually so I have 9. That's fantastic.
But
That
that's
actually
because you had extra 1 from level 4. Now at level 5 you would start investing towards level 8 where you get a second extra customization point.
yes, that is still fantastic because that I was actually struggling with the amount that I had because I was like, I want this customization, but I need this 1 point for this one.
Cool. And then to answer your question about the other thing, it specifically says Psionic Shot. This replaces the daily use of Reconfigure normally gained at level 7. Nope, not
Yeah.
that one, not that one. It says, where does it say? Psychic Affinity
This
replaces-
ability, rapid adjustment on Trailblazer.
on Trail. Oh, I forgot Trailblazer.
It actually just says places reconfigure, so I think it's all reconfigure,
So
which makes sense because it's really strong.
Psy Crystal Affinity gets rid of
No,
one-
Trailblazer, not Crystal.
No, I understand. Psy Crystal Affinity gets rid of one of the customization points that you were suggesting beforehand, and Energy Blast gets rid of a second one, which is why you were saying -2.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
all right.
right.
And then back to Trailblazer because I forgot you had that second archetype. This replaces Craftsman. This replaces Reconfigure. It just straight up says replaces Reconfigure. Meaning
That's
you
what
don't have
I
it.
figured because it is really strong, so I'm perfectly fine with not having the reconfigures.
And here's the Trap Finder ability you had suggested, which is adds half your level to perception checks made to locate traps and disable device, minimum +1. So that is minimum +1 it says, because you can't even get that until +2 because you get it at level 5. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And you can use it to disarm magical traps, which is actually a huge thing because normally you can't even attempt magical traps without having
that's
this
cool.
feature. Yeah. So now you can even try. So it's a +2 to perception, specifically for traps, and +2 to disable device for traps. Yay! All right, so I think I'm done with you.
Feat, which I assume you're going to be okay with, is Deadly Throw,
Okay.
which is as long as I maintain psionic focus, I use Dexterity modifier for damage rolls on thrown weapons instead of Strength modifier.
Yep.
Which is very big for me.
Yeah, because you spike your dexterity often. I think they're normally only a 1 point difference, but you often spike it, correct?
Oh yeah, it's yes. I can actually take a second boost of +2 dex now that I'm level 5 as well. So
That's nice. All right, cool. So
Yes.
you do a little extra damage, which is definitely helpful. All right, cool. So I'm done with you. Now I'm going to go over to Jake, or he's probably going to be quick and easy, and then we're going to go over to Fluffernutter over there. So Jake, at level 5, your babs stay the same. All your
everything stayed the same.
saves stay the same. You don't have bombs, so your sneak attack went up by 1d6. Do you have poison resistance?
Nope.
What was that given out for?
I don't know, something.
I don't know.
Nothing. Listen,
Something.
trust me. Everything is done. I don't get anything from my archetypes this level. Nothing.
Are you
fate.
just VV, or are you something else as well?
I'm more than that.
I always forget what the other one is.
Beast Morph and
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. That's what got rid of your poison resistance. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. There's nothing at level 5 here. Nothing at level 5 here. Over here. This is just the sneak attack goes up. Nothing at level 5 here. So literally all you gained was skill points, your favorite class bonus, whatever you chose to do with that one, a feat,
Yep.
and your potions. Each first and second level extracts went up by 1. Woo-wee. What feat did you choose?
Extra discovery.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Once more with fear.
In here, no, it's extend potion, which doubles the time of the potion that I drink.
ooh.
So if you make a cheapy potion, like for a handful of gold pieces, you can now drink it, and it lasts forever. Or if you find or buy one, you can now drink it as though it was your caster level, and drink it as though it was double the duration.
Right.
So hold
very
on.
nice.
Let's be clear. If it's a potion that normally lasts, say, 10 minutes, because it's
24
10 minutes
hours?
per level, and you bought it for like 25 gold pieces, you can now drink it and it lasts for 5 minutes. Nope, 10 minutes because you drank it.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God, that's so useful. Because like you just go to the store and you buy a bunch of cheapy potions and don't care.
Yep.
That's so good.
And I mean, I can always use that extract where I can drink a potion, but then spit it back into the thing and not use it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Backwash, you can baby
Yeah.
bird them. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, come
And
here,
I can
Tristan.
continuously do that.
Continuously baby bird Tristan. Oh God, that's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
you're done.
Overhit cat.
You're done,
Come
and
on.
you're awesome. Look at that, Jake, the best PC. Look at that.
Thank you.
Round of applause again for Jake, please. Just bring me an apple. Just bring me an apple. Your teacher's pet. All right, Neil. Before I go any further, do you have any archetypes, or are you vanilla?
I am a Gendam.
I gotta find that. G.
Have
Oh,
fun.
what did you do with your favorite enemy, Jake? Favorite
Oh,
class
favorite.
bonus. Favorite class bonus.
Skill point.
Okay, cool. Neil, what did you
I
do with
haven't
your
rolled
favorite
HP yet.
class bonus?
That's the only thing.
I am getting the Hobgoblin bonus.
So you get nothing this level because you got it last level. Next level, you get it again. Cool. Thank you. And what is your order, Neil?
Order of the Lion, I don't get anything.
Order of the Lion. Thank you. Let's go over yours, and then we get to roll HP and get right back into that important conversation. All right, so this level, Neil's BAB goes up by 1 as saves stay the same. In theory, you're supposed to get something called Banner, but that might be taken over by something else.
No, I get banner.
You get Banner? Okay, cool. This here at 5th level, and every 3 levels thereafter, you must select a bonus feat from this list. Gendarm gave you an extra bonus feat. What did you choose?
I've not chosen that yet.
Okay.
I've been doing Karoks.
Okay. Order of the Lion, I believe you said you get nothing.
Yep. Should be.
So when the Order of the Lion issues you go this bonus increases every 4 levels the Cavalier possesses. That was at 4th level. That would have gone up for you. Not this
Yep.
level though. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so nothing from there. Going back to Gendarm, just that you have one of those bonus feats that's forced upon you, but you also have your own bonus feat as well from being 5th level. Did you choose what your 5th level feat's going to be yet, or no?
So I need to pick 2 feats, right?
That's a funny play on words, then, are we? Need to pick 2 feats in total. One of them's a mandated group under Gendarm. And what Banner
Yeah, cool.
reads as for people listening while Neil's finishing up. At 5th level, Cavalier becomes a symbol of inspiration to his allies and companions. Probably after that display he did at the Prince's Promenade. As long as the Cavalier's banner is clearly visible, all allies within 60 feet gain a +2 morale bonus on saving throws against fear, +1 morale bonus on attack rolls as part of a charge. And then at 10th level, the higher those go up. Alternative options. Instead of the basic banner, you could potentially get a fleet banner, a jinx standard, a knave standard, and a stalwart standard. One of those, whatever you choose, would be what's appropriate for, like, I suppose, the province that you're with. The fleet standard is a bonus to speed and dodge bonus to AC when you're moving, as well as reflex saves. Jinx is for spells. That doesn't make sense. Knave is...
No, I like basic banner actually.
Yeah, I'm just double checking them. Knave actually helps with sneak attack and flanking. And Stalwart is more or less if you guys are being outnumbered. Bonuses there. I agree with you. It's standard. I agree with you. All right, cool.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Carrot
lost
gets improved overrun.
that. Okay. Perfect. All right.
And
So
I
he is finishing up those details there. While he's doing that, Tesh. Health points. Health points, good sir.
Yes, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to. I'll figure this last one out. It's a buff that I was trying to do, but I don't know how to do it because code and weirdness. Health points. So just roll a hit die.
It is yes, it should already add your con for you. I didn't roll a die though. That's boring.
Oh, that is literally the worst thing I could possibly roll.
Is that a 2?
Wait, what is? Why does it say a 1? Wait, well, hold on. It's rolling a bunch of weird things.
Yeah, no, it always rolls a 1. So you rolled a 3.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
it rolls a 1 at the
2.
end.
I see it now.
Yeah. It rolls a 1d1, so that it always comes up blue rather than red or green.
Yep, you rolled a 3
Oh,
plus
okay,
2.
that's weird.
Yeah, it's because of the way
Okay.
that their API works. Something Cell and I and Ashton had to figure out a long time ago. So yeah, you rolled a 3 plus 2. That's 5. Well, maybe
Rip.
somebody will give you 8 in the martyr to re-roll. In the meanwhile, Jake, could you go ahead and roll me yours? This coffee's from yesterday.
It's a D10 as well. And I
Oh,
rolled
that's good.
3.
You usually roll, so you rolled a 6 out of a D8. You probably do not want to re-roll. You probably
I
do
needed
not.
that. No, I needed that. I was low.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, an 8 would be better, but for you, the odds are not in your favor.
No, a 6 is very good.
Yeah, he rolled a 3 out of 10. He definitely wants to re-roll. Hey, V-Sword, by the way, sorry we missed you around here. Glad that you could pop by. Obviously, life gets in the way. So, what?
Scott, chat saying some stuff.
Oh, it's not there because of the war. That's right. That's right.
I assumed you turned stuff off for another stream.
Yeah. Just so people wouldn't get confused.
That's fine.
Good call out. Good call out. Give me 2 seconds.
I'm really blown out for some reason.
Your hair looks great. It's perfectly 80s.
I'm gonna.
All right, get rid of that. Get rid of take the advantage. Getting rid of Vroga's Wrath.
Whoa.
Vroga's Wrath's a crazy one because it allows you to roll with advantage. Spoils of War. And Scene is always there. Nobody's ever once used Scene. Scene allows you to take over the narration of the moment. Like, that's a crazy one.
Damn.
It should be available now, I believe. You might have to refresh, but it should be available now. Yeah, Scene's a big one.
I have a customization I've been looking forward to since I selected this class. Available to me now.
Wedding planning's fun. I love weddings. I am very like woo when it comes to weddings. I just don't like traveling. All right, so you got a 8 in the martyr to re-roll, Tesh. And Neil, are you ready to roll for us, baby? While you're picking your feats. And guys, if you have suggestions for
I'm gonna let Neil roll first.
I've already done it.
Jake rolled really well.
Oh, you did.
I did it at the beginning of the session.
Holy shit, he did really
he
well.
rolled. He rolled a 10.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
He
Yeah,
rolled
I
a
can
10.
understand why you
Oh my
why you
God.
wouldn't want to.
So,
Jesus.
Tesh, you did let me roll first.
I'll take that.
Tesh, wow, that's a 8 out of 10. That is a huge improvement for you.
Yes,
Tristan,
thank
so
you,
hold up.
thank you.
Tristan, adding that 13 health points, you're at 54, huh?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That's amazing. That is a hair under 11 health points a level, which considering the max you can get is 13 a level, that's pretty amazing. You're
I
sitting
actually have a lot of health on this character, which is nice.
Oh, it's awesome. You have like you've rolled, what is it, 10.8 health a level or whatever it is. Like, that's amazing. That's really good.
I do have a +3 con, to be fair.
You do have a +3 con, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Maximum you could have is 13 level, but you're averaging like a hair under 11 a level. That's incredible. So cool.
I'm going to take Power Attack as one of my feats.
I love the idea of a magic item. It'd have to be like a minor artifact that one of the things it does is it reforms your character to give you max health per level. like it retros back to the beginning. So it'd be like
Oh
a
my
ring.
god, that'd
something
be
like that.
so strong.
Right? Like that'd be so cool. But at the same time, there'd also be like foiled versions of that, like a cursed item that would make it so you have 1 minimum health per level. Which you'd be like,
no.
yeah. Like,
Oh no.
oh, I know. Oh, that'd be so cool. or you make it even worse. Like at the beginning of every session, you have to roll a D100. If you roll a 15 or less, it's minimum. Otherwise, it's max or whatever. Like, oh, all right. Anyways, all right, cool. I think we're Neil. What were the 2 feats you chose?
So I've taken power attack from the Gendam list,
Okay,
which I need to actually add now.
that's pretty easy to do. You just drag and drop, and then
Oh, has it got it in there? Oh, that'd be really easy if I could just type power attack.
I think I dropped it in for you. You just do Gendarm 3, right? Oh, we both did it.
Oh, nice poke. Okay.
And what's the other
that
one
works.
you did from the other one?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's an open feat. So chat, just so you guys know,
Exactly.
Neil has an open feat for 5th level, and he would love some suggestions so we can get on with the session. He would love some suggestions. As a reminder for his stats, I'm going to type these out as I say them. His strength is a 20. His dex is a 12. His con is a 16. His intelligence is an 8. His wisdom is a 10. And his charisma is a 12. Neil, do you have the ability to circumvent any low stats like oh, actually use wisdom instead of intelligence for the sake of intelligence-based feats or something like that?
I don't know.
You do not. So those are his feats. He already has power attack, spirited charge, ride by attack, mounted attack, improved initiative, and spirit's gift, which is a pretty cool one. For him already. So those would meet any requisites prior. Feel free to ask any questions in chat, but he needs an open feat. So an open feat.
It could be anything.
Yeah. So I'll reread those feats one more time because I'll group them up for you. Mounted combat, ride by attack, spirited charge with a tail on there of spirit's gift. Those are all specifically related to being a mounted person. Then he has improved initiative, which is a big unlock feat, and then he has power attack, which is also a big unlock feat. All right, cool. We're done with that now. Let's get into the game. Yes, sir.
When we get our next feat at level 7, should we make it that far, I will finally probably take that psionic body feat we were talking about, because that would give me plus 12 health.
Psionic body is a great feat if you can get it. Absolutely. It's nice when you're at later levels and you're like, I don't know what to get a feat on, and all of a sudden, boom, you like make you survivable.
Yeah.
Hey, V-Sword, I know you haven't been here in forever, but I actually went and got myself a new ring because I think that one of the reasons why I've been not wearing a wedding band is that I always, it's uncomfortable for a couple of reasons. Like, it wasn't a comfort fit. It was like very flat. So as I like curled my finger, it would like stab into my finger. But more than that, my fingers often got like very red and like almost like the skin was peeling. So I think I had a mild allergy to the 10 karat gold because 10 karat gold is something like 46% gold. But I've been wearing this ring since the day before Thanksgiving. And if this would zoom.
Nothing?
I have nothing. My hands are just dry as fuck, but nothing at all, which is nice.
That's a good sign.
Because I went and got myself an 18 karat gold ring, which, by the way, is very expensive. It's like painfully expensive in the States. But I got myself an 18 karat gold, just plain.
Good that it worked out there.
Plain wedding bands. It's a 30-day return policy. So I'm wearing it for 28 days. And I really gotta clip my nails. So I'm wearing it for 28 days. And if I continue to wear it comfortably, no reactions, I will finally wear a wedding band. But the deal is, if I return it, I instead spend significantly less money to get a tattoo. Because a tattoo, if I got a tattoo of a wedding band and one on my body, it'd probably cost less than a fucking 18 karat gold band. Because holy crap, these are expensive. But oh well.
Viking, you think my buffs are bad? I have just posted in spoilers what my AC items area of my sheet looks like. This is the modifications I've done to my sheet, Scott, that I know you've seen.
You know all the buffs?
All the buffs and all the AC
Oh,
items,
yeah.
so I can like select
yeah.
all the stuff.
Oh, I'm painfully familiar. And you click that little conditions tab, yeah. All right, cool. Wade would be proud. All right, are we guys, aside from suggestions, which Snaga is really good at feats, so definitely listen to Joey's suggestions and Google them as we go, Neil. Because jokes aside, he finds feats that I forgot existed or never knew existed. Like, Joey's really good at that. Makes him a pain in the ass of a PC, but great when helping out. And I mean that lovingly. My older brother's the same way. He stumbles across feats, and I'm like, "Where is that from?" And he like, picks up like an old book, and he's like, "One that never made it to the internet." And I'm like, all right. Anyways,
That's one of those that don't cite the dark magics. I was there when it was written.
Yeah,
things.
He's like, "You said reverse compatible, right?" I'm like, "With DM approval." He's like, "I brought the seal." I'm like, "No." He's like, "We had a conversation when you were drunk." Anyways, so let's get into the session. Jake, do you want to remind us where we left off? Walking into her estate and all that?
Yeah, we're going to talk with Sea Pearl the day after our reports were given to the prince.
Yep. So you're giving the reports,
Yeah.
and there was a little bit of chatter inside there. She dropped a little knowledge bomb. So as you were telling them, and she's like, "Okay, more or less, if there's any updates that you need to do to this, I will deliver them to the prince this evening, and we will speak tomorrow." More or less, we can kind of go over details after the chain of command is appropriately kind of respected. But moreover, I believe the very end of the session, Tesh said, "I love what you did. I love what you did with the place," and her response was, "I did too." And that was
That's right.
literally the end.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got the ominous I did too. I mean, then you're like, and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yep.
But then you distracted us with the level and we were happy again.
Of course, yeah. That's,
I think she was also annoyed
Roller
actually
coaster.
that the Master of War had fallen out of favor as well.
That's someone caught that, I believe.
Yeah.
She seemed to react badly to the fact that the Master of War was falling out of favor.
Yeah.
Whatever that meant.
well, why don't you pick up where we left off? So literally the last lines that were said by Gallon to her were, "I love what you did to the place." And she kind of like,
Was it me?
I'm almost positive it was you.
It could have been me.
Yeah, I think you were being pleasant. I mean, it could have been Neil. Definitely wasn't Viggo.
No, it wasn't me.
So
It might have been. It might have been Tristan. I
I think it
cannot
was
remember.
Tristan. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I don't. I feel like I remember saying that.
Neil, do you want to take credit?
No, I don't know if it was me.
It was actually
Oh,
Chloe.
it
She
doesn't
yelled it
matter.
from the background. She's like,
It was Tristan.
"Oh,
Okay.
hello, Scott. I like what you did with the place." And I'm like,
Oh look, Snaga says apparently it was me.
it was just, oh, well, I trust Joey on this scenario. This little scenario.
Doesn't really matter too much.
All right. Do I have lotion around here, by the way? It rubs the lotion on its skin. My hands are so dry,
gets
and
the
I haven't
hose
lotioned
again.
in days. By the way, Brittany was nice and came downstairs to clear out my recycling bin in my office, and she saw that I had eaten Cocoa Pebbles on Monday night when we were streaming, and her one thing that she said to me when I was driving home from work that night was, "Oh, you can have whatever you want for dinner. Just don't eat cereal. Don't do that to your stomach. don't do that. You've been complaining that your stomach's hurting since Thanksgiving. It's like it's all heavy foods and you have them for days." She's like, just don't have that. And I was like, okay, no problem. And then I had Cocoa Pebbles, and she's like, seriously? Oh,
In one ear, out the other.
Yeah. It's convenient. It was right there, isn't it? It's like, you have to go upstairs to get the stuff while I'm sleeping on the couch. Did you sneak by me? And I'm like,
That's a yes.
may have been very careful opening and closing of cabinets. No. Some tiptoeing and holding the box to one side so in case she opened her eyes, she wouldn't
Yeah,
see
willpower
the
is
blur.
your dump stat.
Yeah. All right. So Tristan says, I like you did, but and she's like, I did too. And then why don't we pick up from there? Because I think you guys had follow-up
Okay.
questions.
I think that was her dismissing us.
No.
Yeah.
That was the.
Oh, okay.
We handed out. We were saying this as we were about to leave, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We'll come back the next day.
you guys, okay, sure. So I imagine it right after that.
Just-
I'm gonna turn on the music in a second. Right after that, I imagine you characters are like, oh, like that was one of those things where you're not gonna reproach it or whatever. You're just gonna be like, all right, and then you're gonna walk away. So
Yeah, that's the. Oh no, something's happening, but I'm not in a position to say it. So goodbye.
Yep. Glad I'm not your friend. No. And so you guys get up and leave. So now that you're inside of McGlynn and kind of like have a bit of leave, if you will, until you go back to meet with her. I know obviously there was a slightly updated report you wanted to put together. I think it was Tesh, because she wanted those details to go to the prince first, not directly to her, right? In accordance to the rules. You were adding some details, I think, about what had transpired with the
With the
what's her name?
AC. I wanted
Jim
to. No. Specifically, because I already did that report. The one that I wanted to write here, I wanted to wait because the AC was literally willing to kill over this information. So I wanted to be writing it here, handing it straight over, and not having it risk getting into the wrong hands, basically.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So my apologies. You'll actually inform her that, and I think she told you can use the study downstairs.
Yeah.
Where Tristan had drank the thing. Would you guys wait for him while he's spending like the 10-15 minutes properly filling out a report?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So while you're down there, as you make your way down the stairs, I imagine relatively quietly, like maybe one line with Tristan kind of like looking to the others and being like, "Huh, that."
Whoa.
Yeah. Viggo doing like the head shake that says "not yet," you know. And you guys make your way downstairs, and out to the waiting area, where you can start kind of like filling out the information that you need to. Kind of like looking about the place. The two of you that are actually able to look about, you can see, as I said beforehand, there's a lot of like sheets and whatnot draped over the furniture and everything that's there. There's a lot of stuff. At first, maybe it looks like if you've ever seen like in movies, like when wealthy people have summer homes, but they leave them for the winter time. They always like drape stuff over there for the time that they're gone. It has very much that kind of look to it, and you're like, oh, it does look like she's kind of packing up, if you will. And then kind of like taking a glance and taking it in, it does seem like there's also a good amount of crates and whatnot that are put near to an area that are easily accessible to the front door. And there were also the wagons and the carts that were outside, the wagons and the carriages that were outside, which kind of leads you to believe what the hell is going on. You're able to kind of take this in during the 10-15 minutes that Gallon is doing this. Do you guys reapproach this at all, or again wait until you leave?
Viggo would make a comment and be like, "Looks like she might be moving out."
While scribbling away at the report, Gallon just sort of nods while continuing to write.
You know, if I was the suspicious sort, I'd be somewhat surprised by the amount of higher ups that I've seen moving recently.
Indeed.
I wonder where she's going. Does that mean we're going?
We work for the Dween here, surely.
We do. She has been his mouthpiece to us so far, though.
Well, all we can hope that is if we are being moved, it's for something important.
Oh, wow. Is there anything interesting other than that in this room?
That's what you've noticed inside the house, inside this room. I mean, I don't know if you go around picking through the room or whatever it is, but it is a proper like it is a proper, kind of like sitting or waiting room. Like it has a fireplace inside of it, comfortable chairs. Like this is a wealthy person's home, right? This is the district that we had discussed many sessions ago. So clearly, it's like it was nicely decorated, but now it's starting to, be covered up or whatever. Would you poke about the room at all, or no?
Does this room look like it's been packed up as well?
It's now that you have that finer looking eye, you can see that it definitely looks like, it is starting to be.
I see.
Mm-hmm. But this one's
house,
not broken down. Hold on one second. This one probably not broken down as much because she's still accepting visitors. So you'd want them to be comfortable, without being rude. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Is this house owned by the Paradel military?
You actually have no idea. You would not know that.
She was. All we know is that she was moving in when we were last here before we left, and now she's moving out.
Correct.
Well, yeah.
I want to be nosy.
Does Viggo actually say that?
No, he does not.
Oh, I was gonna say, that'd be a really funny character moment for him. Like him just looking at Galen and being like, I want to be nosy. Oh.
Virgil would agree.
Cool. So, you would, I imagine your characters kind of sit there stewing in it for a little bit as he finished up his paperwork. And then Galen would, because this is a proper thing and whatnot, you would, of course, this nearby to here, there'd be a bit of wax on like a candle or whatever it is. You just go over and just kind of like spill the wax onto there and place your seal onto it that you would have for making it a private message to the prince. And then you would go to, would you hand it to one of her servants to bring up to her?
No, I would hand it to her directly.
Gotcha. So, kind of like to inform the servants. Just before we leave, I just needed to hand this back to her. So you go in and find her. She wouldn't actually be, so the Tweedledee and Tweedledum don't need to come with you. They would just lead you personally over to where she is. And you would actually be led into what would be a dining room where she happens to be, and she was having a conversation with one of the other people that worked the estate. And you can see, like, again, the dining room is large. It's beautiful. It's grand. It's one of those things where when you go in there and you look, you're like, that hand-carved table that's put there, that's probably worth more than anything that you've owned in your... Actually, I'm trying to think of your upbringing.
I probably have owned a couple things that were expensive.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it sits there and it almost like reminds you of home, right?
Yeah.
Like that is a finely crafted table. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones where you're like, wow, that you can appreciate the workmanship of that. Not just because it looks nice, but as somebody who's actually has handled tables like that and seen numerous other ones, so on and so forth, you can appreciate it with the eye of somebody that actually understands, right? The difference in quality. So anyways, you kind of like look at the massive table and whatnot that she has there, realizing how friggin' heavy that thing is. That probably stays with the estate. Even if you move out, that probably stays here.
Yeah.
Anyways, you hand it to her, to which she just gives you a thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Indeed. Have a good day.
And you guys can turn and finally walk out of the place. Now, is there any side conversation you guys are looking to have as you were walking away, or?
Well, I guess we'll find out what's going on tomorrow. By the sounds of it, at least.
Actually, I was wondering whether you guys wanted to come and see. When we were last in town, I had a set of full plate commissioned. Wondered whether you wanted to come see the fitting. Should be quite the show.
Sounds good to me.
Video nods.
Okay. You guys are able to head over to the smith where he did have full plate commissioned and you were gone for a few months' time. So it takes a while to make full plate armor. In real life, I feel like doesn't it take closer to like a year or some shit like that?
Probably for a masterwork set of plate like this,
Yeah.
probably a long time. I mean, it depends on how many smiths you have, I guess, and how skilled they are, but each piece is like this set of armor is made for this person, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like I'll just taper in, you know.
Yeah.
Nope. Exactly. But it should take a considerable amount of time because then each piece also has to perfectly fit together and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, they are incredible works of art, really. When you actually like see them in museums, you're like, holy shit, someone made that.
Yeah, by hand with a hammer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's funny when we were kids, my buddy Nick, his family,
Buddy Nick.
yeah, his family, not like his immediate family, but like his extended family owned a sheet metal business, and we would play what we always called Wood Wars, which is more or less our version of LARPing, which is beating the shit out of each other with wooden sticks. We sometimes would make ourselves armor with sheet metal. That was until you got hit the wrong way and the edge of sheet metal dug in, and the edge of sheet metal is like a razor blade. And
yeah,
it's one of those wounds that take like a couple months to get rid of the marking from. And yeah, we stopped using, unless we had a way of rounding the edges, we stopped using sheet metal as bits of armor. You know, sometimes we get the sheet metal, we wrap it around whether it be like a piece of wood or whatever it was. We try to make shields and whatnot out of them, you know, and maybe grab like a handle from like a hardware store to put on there. But either way, that we would be as resourceful as we could. But yeah, ow.
Yeah, ow.
Boy, that sounds not pleasant.
Yeah. But anyways, moving on. So when you go there, Neil, your masterwork armor is not ready for you yet because let's be honest, I'm just kidding. It's a fantasy world. It is done being put together for you.
Absolute troll.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You go there, and it is waiting for you. It's one of those things where actually as you go in, they're looking at you. They look at you, and he goes, "You're Tristan, the plate."
Yeah, commissioned it months ago now, I suppose.
He nods. He says, "We actually just finished oiling that yesterday."
Can I see it?
He nods. He says, "You usually want to wait a proper amount of time for the oils to dry. You know, otherwise they can stain whatever clothes you're wearing. But, you know, if you're excited."
He'd glance to the other two and then be like,
and so he would lead you out to where it is that the fitting room is, and there, because I mean you commissioned a very expensive piece, they're not just like, "Here you go, fucker," and throw it at you in like a pile. And you know, when you go out back, it's actually properly, it's like inside of its own crate, and it has a bit of what would it be, like a bit of straw that kind of like separates the individual pieces to make sure there's no scuffing or scratches or whatnot that happen to it from sitting inside the box. And then you actually have two attendees will assist you in putting it on and getting it properly dressed up and whatnot. Now, because of the fact that it is full plate armor, it is also going to come with its own padding and whatnot underneath that's supposed to go on there. But he does suggest, you know, because you are not wearing it for actual combat right now, not to wear the padding at the moment. So you can get like the tighter fit to you, which would be more of like a ceremonial use of it. So anyways, so he gets he has the like an undergarbs or whatever given to you. You put them on, has the whole thing laced up, and when you wear it, it is very well made. It is very comfortable, etc., etc., etc. Correct me if I'm wrong. We put no armor modifications on this, right? This was
This is just masterwork, as
Correct.
far as I'm aware.
Yeah, because armor modifications generally would have to be put in there at the time of fabrication.
Construction. Yeah.
But barring a few
I didn't know
exceptions.
armor mods were a thing. I'm gonna look this
Just
stuff
Google
up.
Pathfinder armor modification or weapon modification. You can see
Yep.
they usually come with perks and pitfalls. Tesh, a character that Joey made before actually had a feat that allowed him to utilize 2 specific armor modifications without any of the pitfalls, which is kind of cool.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that is cool.
But anyways, Neil, back to you. So yeah, you put the thing on, and when you come walking out, I will allow you to describe it because it's your armor.
Oh. This is a set of full plate, which, contrary to what many people think, is actually relatively thin yet strong metal.
Like sheet metal?
In a lot of places. So he doesn't look clunky as he comes out, but he does look bigger. There's no denying that a person literally covered head to toe in metal looks imposing. And it's simple. It's not like filigreed or over engraved, but there are a couple of embellishments in places. Particularly, you notice on one of the shoulders there is the symbol of the river guard. Otherwise, it's just, if you had the skills to note it, an extremely fine piece of craft. But it's not like overstated. It's not like a noble's piece of armor, in the sense that, like, King Henry's armor that's literally just black and gold head to toe with the largest cod piece you've ever seen.
God, why did he do that? He's so weird.
Scott, the man had like 8 wives. Like,
Guy's so weird.
So some of those suits of armor were ambitious.
Isn't there like a mechanical one where like you pull a lever and like it makes the cod piece get bigger? Is that a thing in a museum? Like
Probably, but I don't know.
Like jokes aside, isn't there actually a mechanical?
No idea.
Like, I'm pretty sure there is.
Slumbering armor modification. The slumbering queen has armor.
But is that the slumbering armor modification? Is that where you get beheaded by the armor?
I think it's you're allowed to sleep in the armor.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that for power attack?
This is for the feat Indomitable Mount.
Am I missing one rank?
Yeah, you have only 4 in the handle animal. You need 5, so you have to cut one out somewhere else.
Oh, I thought it was in ride. Oh, my
There's ride
apologies.
and handle animal.
Okay.
5 in both. Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm with you now. Apologies.
All right, cool. So, yep, you do that. You are going to come out with this beautiful, pristine armor, and it looks good. So, what Jake and Tesh, I don't know if you guys continue with the RP in the moment.
Yeah, Viggo would, with a smile on his face, salute Tristan, and he'd say, "Oh, didn't realize I was in the presence of a battle commander."
That is a work of art.
DC Tristan, and he'll salute again.
Oh, that probably would have him blemish.
Tris will laugh. It's a good thing he's wearing a helmet because you can't see him blush. But you get the impression he's a little bit abashed by that. Who says, just champion, I think. Just champion.
If you walk around in armor like that, it won't be long.
Well, I don't think they'd have given it to me if it wasn't for you two. Got to keep you two alive somehow.
You're not wrong. Maybe I'll direct a few more of the gargoyles at you this time.
No more gargoyles,
anyone but
I
me,
hope.
please.
Yeah. Good choice.
So you're able to. They are going to dismantle the armor off of you carefully and reapply new oils because it does stain something fierce. Because the oils, they apply them on there and then they dry over the course of like 48, 72 hours, whatever it is, to allow it to like really seal up on the stuff to reduce the likelihood of there being like rusting and whatnot happening. Because even stainless steel rusts, right? So to reduce, and that's not stainless steel. So to reduce the rusting or whatever that could happen over time. So they get that all packaged up and they let you know that it's yours to take whenever you'd like, but they don't suggest you wear it because they're applying a new coat for at least 3 days time, and you're good to go. Because of the fact that you have the proper full plate armor, and like I said, it does come with a natural padding that exists underneath it. So it is a commissioned suit of full plate armor, so it comes with 3 suits of what's effectively like a padded armor, if you will, that can be worn on the underside, and that's useful when you're on the road because sometimes you have to wash the padded aspects, and the padded part you can actually sleep in. So it does give you like padded armor that you actually would sleep in, and then when you get it adorned later on, you would have help. Yeah.
Gotcha.
They do ask the question though. They say, so champion, since you have this armor commissioned, does this mean you have squires or underlings that are able to help you adorn or remove it on the daily?
Oh no.
This does require an additional pair of hands. It cannot be done by yourself.
Well, I don't have squires, but I do have friends.
He kind of raises an eyebrow, and they don't mind doing this daily.
Well, I mean, it doesn't need to be done tomorrow, for example.
He just says, I just know that if you have to rely on the same friend to provide you with a carriage ride between towns all the time, and then sometime they're not available to deliver that ride, then there you are without a carriage and a place to be. Good luck. Maybe hire a squire or something.
Squire. He'd turn around like laughing and turn to Viggo and be like, should I do that?
No, me and Gallon will help you.
Gallon's like,
Oh, I nodded.
you have a little spider thing crawling up you, trying to tie like laces.
I know he's hidden at the moment. He has to be hidden at the moment.
Oh, it's awesome.
Although it would be entertaining, but like Gallon's like, no, not today. Virgil, you help.
It would be funny if you got the actual. I think it's called page feet, the one that allows you to actually have
a page, yeah.
to assist you.
It's just a piece of paper that puts your armor on every morning.
It's called a scroll.
That's what pages are.
I'm pretty sure the idea of the putting on the heavy armor is built into how fucking long you have to set aside to put it on and take it off, right?
There's actually rules for people hitting you and whatnot to make it quicker and whatnot. But yeah,
that's what I mean. Like you could do it alone; it just takes longer.
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, continuing and. So you guys leave. I don't think there's anything else you guys wanted to do in McGlynn, right? Getting the armor. That's a multi-hour thing. But go ahead.
There is one thing.
Go ahead.
We have he would handy have a sack to pick up, and I want to do it while I forget. Before I forget.
Where are you picking it up from? Because you had asked for it to be commissioned. And he's like, this will take me some time.
We had to order them or whatever, and they said that we've been going a while.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's the same thing with the armor. I was like, you can have it, but you're waiting, and you're like, I hate
we got to find out how much credit we got now.
Yep.
We haven't done that yet.
I'm not sure that'll come through. Yeah, I'm not sure that comes through until the Dween here has.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So you're gonna go through by the commissary, and ask about that package, and they're gonna say, oh. Have you heard about the shipping problems that we're having that whole bay that's been backed up because a bunch of
We
drunkard.
play this game to get away from real world issues.
Wait, drunkards threw tea in the bay?
Sons of Liberty.
Did you hear? A ship got wedged.
Oh, no.
Twice now. Can you believe him?
Twice.
Twice. Right, Neil? Hey, Neil. Twice.
You can stop now.
You realize that's not offensive. That was what the English did to the French, because they used to chop off our fingers.
I know.
So we go, "Eh,"
Oh,
and
yeah.
they shoot them.
Anyways, so
Good times.
good times then. So they would actually inform you that the package actually came in like a few weeks ago. They go back and be like, what? No, let me go check that out. You're sitting there like, oh no, and then they come out with it, like, oh yeah, this came a couple weeks ago, and it's properly kind of like dressed up and whatnot with the ribbon or whatever on there, and not ribbon, sorry, like twine or whatever on there.
No, I like it having a ribbon. I like it like having a neatly little tied bow, like some gnome from the Arcane Congress. This is the one thing he does.
Oh, you know what?
He's like,
yes.
He's like Santa's little elf, and he's like, it's perfect. Like good gnomes exist, guys. I know we haven't seen many of them yet, but this one guy, he just makes people's lives easier. He's like, you gotta have a sack. You gotta have a sack.
So this ribbon is it
Jake's gone.
you guys can tell me in chat, is it
You
salmon,
killed him.
fuchsia, or what's another good call, or lavender?
Oh.
I feel like fuchsia's a bit strong. I feel like lavender really gets across the right message.
See, I like salmon. I think it's a beautiful color. But
I mean, it is.
so
Don't get me wrong.
Neil wants to know if it's salmon or lavender colored ribbon, because his character is probably going to keep it. Lavender is classic. Let's see what anybody else says, because that's just true blue.
What's the closest color to blue?
Well, this is pretty formal. So, anyways, you open up the package, and to two of you, it just looks like a brand new, really nicely crafted, like it's made out of sheepskin, like a really nicely crafted backpack. That seems like it's probably, I said sheepskin, sorry, like leathers, right? Sheepskin would be a little too supple. It wouldn't be as strong as proper leather, right? So a really nice leather backpack. It's not light either. It's like a hefty, like 5-pound backpack, because it's made out of this the leathers, right? So you pick this thing up and it gives that smell of fresh leather. If you've ever been to a tack shop or like you've been in a leather shop, like it gives that smell of fresh leather, which is so nice. But you're looking at it and it looks completely ordinary, completely mundane. And now is time to test it. How do you test it, Jake?
You nearly fucked up.
Start putting my items in it.
Like what do you use? What do you?
I'll put my alchemy
Penis.
crafting kit in there.
Yeah.
My surgeon's tools, grappling hooks.
You know
probably
that this
look
is
at-
all a troll and someone's dropped like a trump card or something. You're like putting all this stuff in there and you're never getting it back. Hence
Oh,
why
no,
Scott's
it's a
being so
fucking- it's-
specific. Like,
No, it's one of these fucking nom nom things.
Well, that's
The
what I
ones
did.
that
I put my
eat
surgeon's
everything.
tools in it. What else did I say?
Your
My
alchemist kit, your grappling
alchemist
hooks.
kit. Yeah, grappling hook. Does it weigh any different after I put these things in it?
Hold on. Chat. Time to drop a trump card in 10, 9,
No,
Hey.
don't do it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Last time one of those things was in
two,
a campaign, Scott
one.
killed a PC while they were
Time's
away.
up. Time's up. All right. So, anyways, you put your stuff inside of it, and after you get all your things inside there, one of the things you guys notice is the sack still seems appropriately kind of like flimsy and whatnot. Like there's not much stuff in there, whatever it is. He picks up the bag. It feels like the same weight. You throw it over your shoulder. It feels like the same weight. Everything feels the same, which is nice. And then to make it a little bit more dramatic, which is what I was kind of going for, it's also one of those things where it's like, hey, Galen, can I see your sword? and you can like pull out his bastard sword. And even in one of the side pouches, you can take the bastard sword because remember, there's a primary pouch that holds what is it like 80 pounds, and the side pouch that each hold like 20 pounds, I think it is. You can just take that bastard sword and shove it all the way into a side pouch of this bag, which is just hilarious.
That literally yesterday, in a different campaign, there was a bag of holding and a giant's greatsword. We just into the bag of holding.
That's some metal for later. That's some material to work with later. So anyways, you so yeah, it works perfectly. You have the 80 and 220-pound bags of holding effectively shoved together.
That's awesome.
The important thing to note about specifically as a reminder for Hebert Hand or Haversack, in case any of you guys have never had one before, the way Hebert's works is when you put your hand in the bag, the item in question appears in your hand.
Oh, that's awesome. You don't have to worry about things breaking in there.
So usually to retrieve an item is a move action. But if you have to like shuffle through to get an item, it's a standard action. With Hebert's, it's still just a move action. Because you kind of like reach back, and as you like reach back and you want your sword or whatever it is, it appears in your hand and allows you to pull it out. Yeah. Whereas a bag
acceptable back sheath.
Whereas a bag of holding, you have to shimmy through it, and it can take anywhere between a standard action to a full round action or more, depending on what you're looking for, which is nice. So, a haversnack, nice.
I like it.
Cool. All right. Anyways, so I like the idea of a devouring version in just one of the side pouches. You know what I mean? That way, it's like it's conveniently
you don't
located.
know which pocket, yeah.
Well, no. Eventually, you realize, but you don't get rid of it.
It's a rubbish bin.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get rid of the evidence. What do we do? One pulls out an axe and says, "Start dismantling them." Chops off an arm, shoves it in there. Chops off a leg, shoves it in there.
Jesus Christ!
Right? It's like the food disposaler in your sink. Like,
yeah, those always seem like really dodgy ideas to me. Ever since I watched here, like they're not a thing really over here. I've never seen one.
What?
And like,
what garbage disposal? Those things sound terrifying.
I watched Heroes, where the healing hero just like, and
I was like,
oh, what is this? What sort of horrific?
Those don't
chamber?
exist here, like at all.
Really? Oh, I have one, but mine it only works if you like the lid for it, which of course is like holes so water can pass through. But the lid for it has two powerful magnets on it, and you have to put the lid on, and you have to turn it in such a way that the magnets turn both switches at the same time, and it has to actively hold the switches because it's spring loaded to go back otherwise. So
why?
You can't put your hand in there. Now, if you're one of those people that believe that magnets heal your body, and you have to have like one of those magnet like wristbands, and you put your hand in there, maybe it's a powerful enough magnet but
No, but why have it in the first place?
To dispose of your rubbish, to dispose of like foodstuffs. Like you don't throw it in the trash.
You have a bin for that.
Yeah, but then you're just increasing the amount of waste that you're bringing out to the curb.
No, I have a separate bin.
Huh?
I have a little.
I understand what you're saying. Is it
compost.
pre-minces it, so technically it's less space.
Well, it pre-minces it, and then it goes down your water disposal. Like it goes down your sink. It goes out your wastewater
into the
pipes.
sewer. Yeah. So what we do is we take it out in a disposable bag that will decompose, and then we go and in theory it's composted.
You either have a compost thing or you have a green bin.
I have a compost in my yard, but that's like I went out and bought one and started making composting myself. That's not like usually you have trash and you have recycling.
It's two. Something. Yeah, no, we have rubbish, recycling, and then green garden, organic,
garden,
compostable.
Waste, yeah.
I don't trust Americans with that. They'd be like, "Is this where I put my oil?" And they like dump like oil from their car in there. like that's green, right? Like, oh boy.
Well, there are obviously, like simple
grab a coffee real quick.
Simple lists available with pictures, lots of pictures.
Pictures might help.
Pictures do help.
Yeah. All right, let's keep pushing on. So you guys are anything else you guys wanted to do? You get your Hebertan de Haversack, you get your armor. You guys move through this over the course of like a solid 30 minutes to make sure that Scott didn't screw you over from many months ago. We're Tash. Oh, were you guys good?
Just that Bugs Bunny laugh in the background. Yep.
All right. We love your laugh. It's charming. And then you I imagine make your way to a tavern, have a couple of pints, and then you want to go to bed for the evening, right?
That sounds good.
Cool. After you have your couple of pints and you start making your way to you guys have a would stay in the barracks here, correct? Or no, I think you usually choose to stay in inns here. As you guys are making your way out of the tavern, at some point in time, as you guys are making your way out of the tavern, you're walking back to where your inn would be, and this is later in the evening. I imagine nobody's necessarily drunk, but I get an impression that Tristan probably had a couple more than everybody else. He has proper armor, feels like a proper knight or whatever, if you will, and is celebrating some big successes. So I feel like Tristan might be a little bit tipsy, but not to the point where I'm affecting your stats by any stretch, Neil, because you didn't ask for that. Either way, as you guys are walking back to the place, there's that moment where a couple of people start to step out in front of where you guys are. Go ahead and roll me a sense motive. Gallon had stepped away, so I'm going to roll for him real quick so he doesn't have to rush while he's getting his coffee. He can relax.
Oh my god, we're so good. I rolled an 18, you rolled a 12, you rolled a 9, and you still both got better. I like Pathfinder's like, yeah, we're a D20 based system, and by that we mean there are dice that are used occasionally.
So you guys are noticing when you see them stepping out into the kind of like fanning out in front of you, and a quick count suggests that in front of you there are 3 people kind of stepping out. You do get the impression that these people are not, while not immediately being like physically aggressive, while not like about to like sprint at you full on Naruto style and like jump these flying kicks in the air or whatever it is, they are also not being very friendly either. Their immediate garb that you're able to see in the quick analysis of how it is that they're fanning out in front of you suggests that they look like they're probably ruffians, like local street gang looking peoples, right? And a quick turn of the head to the 2 that got 20s, you can see that there are a couple more that are stepping around behind you. Do one of you choose to speak first?
How many of them were there?
How many are there?
3 in front of you and a couple more stepping out behind you, but you don't get a full count of behind you quite just yet in this like 2-second moment.
I'm not gonna say anything just yet, because like if this doesn't have to come to a problem, then I don't want it to come to a problem.
Yep. So they're blocking our path, are they?
Yeah, kind of stepping out in front of you.
Gentlemen.
Okay, so you'll speak up first.
General Kenobi.
General Kenobi.
Those movies aren't good, but the memes are good. Whoa, Tesh brought vibrators. Oh. Now I want to see that fight scene, but like CGI edited in, just a bunch of double dongs just like flopping around as he's like, oh, sorry.
My favorite edit of that scene is where someone added like 20 extra arms, and the second he goes to like spin, he just wipes himself out.
All right, sorry. Back to the game. That does remind me. Tonight's session does. They're not going to Kylie tonight. Damn it. They're going to the other place instead. All right. So you say gentlemen, and they finish fanning out in front of and behind you, kind of like set themselves up to clearly block your path going this direction or that one. And one of them is going to kind of chime up. Clearly the one that's in the middle in the front of you says, good evening. Can we have a word with you?
I don't see why not. We're all free citizens of Paradel here.
That we are. That we are, aren't we? I got a question for you, if you don't mind a bit of answering. The hell were you doing back west?
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
I mean, you were now in McGlynn, but you were back west. The hell were you doing back west?
I appreciate wanting to ask a question. Mind if I ask one too? I don't care what you answer. How do you know that we were out west?
It's my business to know what happens in Jovincia.
I see. And who is it that you work for?
Don't you mind who I work for? Because I know who you work for, and I don't like where things are going. So, tell me again, what the hell were you doing back west?
Chris will cross his arms between his orders.
You can see he's kind of like visibly agitated by that. He's like, this fucking cunt always stepping his feet other people's lands. When's he gonna learn, huh?
Yeah,
When's
I'm gonna
he
do
gonna
something.
learn?
Oh, is that a hypocritism I smell? He doesn't know the word.
Viggo hands vial to Tristan.
As you go to hand a vial to Tristan, you can actually see you're handing over whatever that is. You can hear a couple of blades be drawn from in front of and behind you. Not everybody's got a blade. Some people like lift up, say, a mace or a cudgel or what have you, but definitely like they're starting to drop weapons. You know, one person has like a bit of chain that they have that they're wrapping around their arm, because clearly as you're handing that over, that kind of triggered them to act. The person that's actually doing the talking, he himself slowly draws out a dagger into one of his hands. And he's like, hey, now. We don't necessarily need to draw some blood, but we're not afraid of that either. You answered one question. Maybe you could answer another. What were his orders?
Look, mate,
Viggo leans into Tristan and says, "Drink the potion."
I answered your question. Fair's fair. You answer mine. Then maybe we'll see about the next one.
What was your question that you had asked him again?
Who's he working for?
Who's he working for? He says, I mean, I'd love to answer that question for you, friend, but the way things work is I don't get names, but I do get information. So you can start coughing it up. Otherwise, yours is going to wind up in the morning paper. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna prepare an action as well.
With
Neil drinks the potion.
with respect to you, I've, as you know, just come from Yvonne's. I have the greatest respect for the soldiers working there, keeping the rest of us safe and freeing people from true abject horror.
Yeah, that doesn't answer my question. Come on, friend. Let's keep it easy. You don't have to have the BT over here talking, do you? He can keep his rank. You can be the one that lets us know what's going on. They can cover for you. Come on, friend. What were you doing over there? Is he doing it? Is he coming to take that land? Is he going to be another fucking pain in the ass?
Triss will look directly over the man's shoulder, his right shoulder, and whistle loudly.
So as you go to whistle loudly, clearly that's a signal, which has the other people who are kind of on edge immediately drop into like more of a combat stance, having the weapons at the ready and whatnot. And he actually says, "The damned horse," as he kind of like looks about. So at this point, initiative.
Yep. That is fair.
Don't forget to
that's
grab
terrible
your token.
initiative.
Don't forget to grab your token.
That's an abysmal initiative.
Oh, guys, are you excited? By next
God,
session,
twos!
by next session, hopefully we actually have the artwork done for your characters. So you can
I am
actually-
excited, actually.
I'm so excited.
Seeing the sketches, I am excited.
Yeah,
That was,
so what I've seen, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good shit. I won't
You're
lie.
gonna have to redo like your away and end screen to like include that somehow, like the tokens by the characters. That would be
know.
Pog.
Oh, Jesus, that's massive for some reason. I know, unfortunately.
You could even like when you do the in chat command for like the game, have it when the characters are there, have their name like a link to the picture of them.
All right, let me see. Let me do my initiatives right here. So you have
Yeah, that's an abysmal initiative.
wow, you guys all rolled trash.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my god, I
we
rolled
did.
trash too. For the first
Oh,
one.
look at
Oh,
that.
that's hilarious.
What?
Oh,
There's one.
There's a proper
for
one.
for the purposes of my whistle, do you want me to roll an initiative for him, or
Oh
do
my
you
god,
want
I
to
rolled
just?
two. I rolled a 19 and an 18 on there as well, so that's pretty solid. I'm sorry, what was that?
For the purposes of my whistle, do you want me to roll an initiative for him, or do you want me to?
Is Carrick supposed to be on your turn or somebody else or on his own?
If I'm mounted, he acts on my turn. So he has his own turn acting on my turn.
And,
If
yeah.
I'm not mounted, he has his own initiative.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me just be clear about something. It's supposed to be you go above. Yeah, okay, that worked out great. I'm sorry. So if you are so he can roll his own initiative. Yep, you can click him and click initiative. So what is the horse's initiative modifier? Just give that to me. It's Karruk. Is that what it is?
Just a 2. Karoc.
Oh, never mind. I fixed that right there. And it has an HP. I actually don't have those things. I'm actually making him a token
43.
right now. Yeah, I'm making a token for it right now.
I see.
Yeah, it's on the screen for you, but we've never actually linked them together. I literally linked it now. Click over here, Carrick, edit, use token, save, done.
Beautiful.
All right, cool. Cool. Oh wow, he also rolled trash. Who has
Look
the
at
higher
that.
dex?
Sevens across the board.
You guys have to decide
Wow.
who goes first for tiebreakers. What's your initiative,
777.
Viggo and Carrick and whatnot? What's your initiatives?
What?
Oh, right.
Seven.
Carrick and I both have the same of +2.
With a +2, and what is which? So you both have what? A 14 dex.
Love how neither of them answered.
Sorry, I was banning
Sorry, what?
someone.
Oh, fair
Yeah, I
enough.
went to
Okay.
do the same thing.
I have a
Yeah,
12
fair
dex, and Carrick has
Ben.
a 14 dex.
So Carrick will
That
go before
first time
you.
chat
14.
thing is real useful.
What's yours?
14.
14 as well. We'll have you go before Carrick and then Tristan afterwards. So more or less, you guys are acting on the same turn, Tristan, which is convenient. All right, cool. So they act first. So as you do the whistle, which is calling to the horse, the first group, because clearly, like you're calling to the horse and handing over the potion and whatnot. Your characters are going to drink the potions, but obviously act first. So there are 6 people here. I'm gonna do groups of 2. That's how I'm handling this one. So he says, "It's the damned horse! Get him!" And so the people are going to start making their way over to attack you. So the first 2 initiative are going to be people that are kind of like rushing up from behind. They're not flanking yet, but you are currently flat-footed because it's the first round of initiative. They're going to rush up, and just to see who they're attacking from behind, I'll roll a D3.
Wait, why are we flat-footed?
1, 2, 3. First round
We're
of combat.
aware of this though.
Oh, fair enough. Okay,
We
we'll
knew
get rid
it
of
was
flat-footed.
coming.
Yeah,
We know what was going on.
we very much were ready for a fight with that conversation with what was happening.
Okay, so the first one is going to be attacking 3, which is Gallon. The second one is going to attack either 1 or 2. This is again from behind, which is going to be Tristan. So actually, Viggo does not get attacked. So you guys are the ones that are attacked. First up is going to be attacking Gallon.
I got to make a decision. Do I switch into armor and commit to killing these guys, or do I fight without it?
Doesn't
That's
matter.
the decision.
First guy comes
Yeah.
rushing at you and swings, and it's one of those things where as he comes running up and swinging at you from behind, you hear the footsteps coming, and you kind of like you do one of those like instinctive like duck lows, knowing they're going to go for like a head a high shot, duck low, and kind of like turn around. You bring yourself up to bear. Right. After that is going to be the one that attacks Tristan. Tristan doesn't have his full plate on, but I rolled like trash again. So frustrating. All right. So, anyways, comes up, rushes from behind, and doesn't do anything. The next 2 people that are going to be attacking are the 2 people in front of you, as opposed to the one which split, which is one in front and behind. Is the one in front of you. They actually are not immediately going to attack. Instead, they had their weapons out. One of them, the weapon that they happen to have out, like I said, they all have different ones, has a sword. Another one actually quickly draws out a crossbow and turns towards the direction that you whistled down towards. They actually do not immediately attack. After that is going to be Viggo's turn.
Right. I'm gonna swift action drink a potion because I have the belt that I bought.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn invisible. Get that from the sheet.
Scott's your instant reaction.
Scott's tantrums.
Then I am going to shield.
Ooh.
And I'm going to move. We don't have a battle map. So can you just?
Yeah, I was about to say, is there like a doorway nearby? And there's a whole.
Absolutely. So, because you guys are currently in the walking down a street right now. There's a proper street, not like an alleyway or anything like that. So the street itself, because you have to imagine it's large enough that carriages can pass by each other, because it's McGlynn. This is actually like a proper city, right? So there's a military place, there's big giant structures, lots of horses come through, as well as many crowds. So the street itself is like a proper, from building to building, about 20 feet wide. It's pretty freaking wide. And as you guys are walking down the street, 3 wide, because, nobody's like, it's not you guys walking in front of or behind each other, 3 wide. You saw 3 people fan out in front of you. You also saw 3 people fan out behind you. They would have stopped a good, let's say, like 10 feet or so in front of you and behind you until the 2 just kind of like rushed up and attacked from behind, right?
Yeah.
So you imagine Gallon and Tristan have people immediately behind them. Viggo has somebody 10 feet behind him. And then all 3 of you have people about 10 feet in front of you in this 20-foot wide street. There are buildings on either side of you. And so, sure, there might be a door nearby, but that door would be to somebody's home in the middle of the night. So,
Damn, yep.
Okay.
Is there any easy access to like a roof?
I mean, if by easy access you mean climb up a building, then in theory, yeah.
What about a ladder?
No, not in not in the middle of a street.
I'll move to put myself in. There's one engaged with
Both of us.
Tristan
We
at
each
the
have
moment,
one each.
right? One each, right? I'm gonna put myself like 5 feet away from. No, fuck it. Actually, I'm going to move out of the way.
So, correct me if I'm wrong.
To the side.
You swift action drank an invisibility, then standard action drank a shield potion,
Yeah,
and now you're using your move action. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you're moving to where?
I want to move to the side, like so I'm not accidentally going to be like shot by a crossbow or ran into.
Yeah, so you turn invisible on more or less because the street is 20 feet wide. You guys make up a 15-foot wide area when you fan out for actual combat, right? Whereas you probably are taking up less than, 10 feet wide normally. You fan out for combat. We're clearly getting kind of prepared for this to hit your appropriate squares. You probably move out wide to be closer to, say, one of the side buildings or whatever, right? As opposed to being in the middle there. Gotcha. Because I imagine as you guys are walking, you're probably walking in the middle, being the carry of the show. So after it's going to be Carrick's turn. So I imagine Carrick comes running down the street.
I actually, it should be my turn next. I don't know why, because I've got a +5 mod, and I distinctly told you +2, but I forgot about Hobgoblin stuff.
Okay, so you would be able to...
It is the total
usually
mod.
based off of dexterity.
Okay, Dex alone, he would
you
get
have
it.
improved initiative.
Yeah,
and in my opinion, improved initiative breaks all ties. Because it's a feat investment. So you have improved initiative, so you can definitely go first.
I was just literally looking at that, and I was like,
So you have one immediately behind you. And
one
you were
immediately
handed a
behind.
potion and told to drink it, so it's literally in your hand. So it would be a standard action to drink that.
It'd be a standard action? Oof.
Yeah, unless it's in the quick action shoulder bit. Yeah.
That makes no sense, but fair play.
Oh.
It's in my hand, so it takes longer for me to get it from this into my hand and into
with the quick action one, you're literally going.
Yeah.
I think.
Usually you ever tried to eat stuff off your shoulder?
Usually it's a move. It's designed to have like a little slur. Anyways,
it's got a straw, yeah.
Usually it's a move action to draw a potion, and then a standard action to bop and clug and smash that glass on the ground. Because you don't properly drink a potion unless you shatter it on the ground afterwards.
That's okay. All right.
I like this potion. Another.
I will drink it because it was kind of like an order.
Oh. Norway is reminding you it's your strap on.
I will drink it.
It's going to change the background over here.
Holy shit.
So what does that do for me?
+4 to your strength score. So I think that gets you to what, like a 24?
Knock these fuckers out.
Yeah, okay, so I'm up to a 7. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Over here, yep, you do that exactly what you just did there. Yep, which is crazy.
Okay. And I used my standard action. So I don't have a standard action. I have a movement action. And a swift action, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As part Triss will, as part of his, obviously has a weapon out as part of its combat intuition.
Nice.
Nice.
I love that. I love it. You draw a weapon as you bite the cork off of your bottle.
Oh yeah. And then he will point his hammer at the leader, the guy who was talking, and he will bellow a challenge.
Beautiful. That's a swift.
Yep, swift action. I choose one target within sight to challenge. My melee attacks deal extra damage. The extra damage is equal to my level, so it's a +5 against him. And I take a -2 penalty on armor class against him.
That's beautiful.
But only him. But
you see a +1 against attacks made by the target of his challenge. Oh, you get a -2 AC, but you get a +2, so it actually neutralizes itself.
Yeah, so I get a -2 against everyone, but I get a +2 against him, so it neutralizes. Yeah. So I'm at -2 against the others.
But flat for him, which is so badass. That's so cool.
It is really.
So
cool.
I will -2 just so that I don't forget.
Okay, awesome. So but don't forget with him that what it should be. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anything else with your that was your move action, sir? Do you like step up to him? Well, you could actually free 5-foot step because you have person immediately behind you, so you have to free 5 foot.
guidance wise, what sort of action is it for me to draw my shield?
Move action.
I would do that.
Yeah, because you standard action drank the potion, shattered it on the ground like a classy person, and then you draw your shield as a move action. Perfect. Okay. I think technically to strap on a shield is a standard action, but move action is fine. Because I think it's just a buckler, isn't it?
It's a proper shield.
Ooh.
But it's not a strap-on shield because it's a horseman shield.
Give me 1 second.
It's not a jousting shield.
Given his combat initiative, maybe he would put it count as that with the thing. I don't know how this works.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, technically it's not a weapon, it's the thing.
I'm looking up Don and Doff right now. Because actually there's specific rules for this.
I'm going to be a little nerfed in this fight. But
so,
that's okay.
no, move action. Donna shield is move action.
Oh, that's powerful.
That's right. 5e is the standard, is the full action.
Yes.
Standard action.
Move action.
Okay, well
that's awesome.
That's about the best.
You drew your sword as a
free
free action. You drank the potion as a standard. You initiated as a swift. You get your shield out as a move action. Do you also want a free action 5-foot step up to the guy you challenged or hang back?
I used my
You have another
did
free
I
action.
use my free action?
You have infinite free actions.
Then yeah, why not?
Okay, free action, which doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity to move, as long as the free action up the 5 feet away from this guy up to that guy. Beautiful,
Nice.
sir. Absolutely love it. Cool. It's Carrick's turn. Carrick comes a galloping. Grunk, 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 grunk. And because of that, one of the others is going to fire a crossbow bolt at Carrick.
He's going to regret that.
There's a 21 hit Carrick.
Just.
Beautiful. And because it's a crossbow, it does. It's a light crossbow, to be clear, not a heavy.
Now, the guys that attacked us from behind, did they use weapons or fists?
Weapons, sir.
Okay, good to know.
Yep. 7 points of damage to Carrick. And I will tell you that Carrick actually, because the reason why there's +1, because normally ranged weapons don't get a bonus. The reason why it's +1 is because of a special type of bolt that he used that actually doesn't just do 1 point of extra damage. It actually causes a point of bleed damage every time Carrick moves, because it has a wicked arrowhead that is stuck into him. So if Carrick continues to move on his turn, it does an additional point of damage.
Those arrowheads are actually very ineffective against armor.
Shut up, you.
Just an aside.
Hit his thigh. Either way, so it takes 7 points of damage and it has that mean arrowhead in there. And then the other one, as Carrick continues to gallop up, the other one that had prepared their action with their sword is going to take their prepared action at Carrick as they come running in. Carrick, of course, will be coming running up to face off against the same target that is opposite you. And I don't think Carrick can charge attack because of how far he would have been away.
Carrick has mobility.
Beautiful.
So if he's entering the threatened area.
But it specifically says against attack of opportunity. This is a prepared action.
Or against it. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this person's just a +5, not a +6. Same as the others. That's a +25. +5. This is the attack with the sword. Ah! They'll have spaghetti arms. You know what I mean? Like goddamn Pastafarians.
Yeah. Well, the one guy has all his strength in the crossbow. All the others are just like.
His arms just act as like a gyroscope for the crossbow.
It's just a bunch of flumps.
Oh, seriously. So can I get some flumps in chat, please? Anyways, it's now Gallen's. Carrot comes running in, but because of the distance, wouldn't be able to attack this turn. However, would set you up for flanking on your next turn. Okay? Now it's Gallen's turn.
So I'm gonna do a free 5-foot step, but I want to sort of flavor it as the same sort of motion as he's like drawing all of his things and drinking the potion. Those two people did the swing at us. Gallen rolls out of the way, turns around, so 5-foot steps away. I don't want to range attack in melee, and I'm just gonna hurl a chakram at this guy's face.
Okay.
Make sure I've got all
So
the
hold on,
modifiers.
let's be clear.
Specifically?
You free 5-foot step away from this person, right?
Yes.
I imagine you do so as opposed to forward.
Yeah, I would do it like
outside. Yeah, gotcha.
out to the side. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I just want to make sure I'm not in melee with anyone.
Yep.
I'm also gonna charge this with Deep Crystal Focus. So use those power points.
Hold up. Are your chakrams aren't made of deep crystal, are they?
It's the throwing weapon. It says into your throwing weapon.
My apologies. But hold on. I think. Oh, actually, correct me if I'm wrong. It was specifically for the whole idea is that for your, because the way deep crystal works is actually the object in question is made out of the crystal the deep crystal.
The braces.
So the braces, what they do is they allow you to take your crystals that you form with your mind and turn them into deep crystal. So not the metal chakram. Just to be clear.
That's fine. All I would do then is instead of using the chakram, I'd use a blade shard and do the same thing. One of those little shards that I can make.
Yep, that you can do as part of a talent that you have. Exactly.
Yes, I'll ping it anyway, just so it's there for chat.
And you are definitely welcome to do that.
Creative.
Yep, you are definitely welcome to enhance that one, sir. Yes.
Let me just double check that it's got the right stuff. It's Dex. Yes. Okay. Cool.
Do enjoy the emotes in chat.
Oops, I didn't. I forgot that if you click the name, it does both thing and damage. That's a terrible roll, anyway.
Are you happy with your chance to hit?
It might be enough. They're wearing ruffian's clothes.
I will like to roll luck to make it a little bit more, because if I want to get this instant burst of damage off. Plus, it'll tell us how many lucks we have. Ooh, hell yeah!
Well, first of all, you hit, and second of all, you're out of luck.
Oops.
So you form this crystal, which isn't as quick as normally forming a crystal for you. It actually takes a little extra effort because it takes like a solid second and a half, whatever it is.
Pushing a poo out.
Ooh, that deep crystal focus though.
You form this thing, and the guy's like, "What the?" And then you hurl it at him, and it does a lot. 17 points of damage is not a small amount of. Sorry, that's 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage.
Is not a small amount of damage as you hit this person. It doesn't drop them, but you critically injure this individual. So as you hurl this thing at them, and it kind of like hits him in the shoulder and does a little burst in his shoulder. Literally, the burst kind of sends them. It's kind of like as they take the hit over there. Honestly, they're probably out of this combat because continuing on would more or less mean that they're guaranteeing their own death.
With that, I'm gonna back up to like the no, I'm gonna back up to the wall and just ready. Act like I'm ready to throw something else.
Okay. You back up to, you're already at the wall, but back up thematically. You obviously can't move any further. So that was your turn. Your swift, your free action move, which means you can't use your move action to move, and your standard action. I think that's it for you.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not donning my armor, sir.
Not a problem. And so after your turn is now going to go over to the baddies, the other baddies' turns, the ones that hadn't moved yet, including the one that was going to attack you, Neil. So the one that was good, attack you, Neil. So the one that from behind that hadn't moved yet, he is also going to move up because they're like, where the hell did the other one go? That like somebody will actually say, where'd he go? And the leader person would say, take care of these two. We'll find the other after. And then they're going to step up to attack you, Tesh. And then I'll attack Neil with the other guy who has to attack Neil. The one attacking you, Tesh, is going to be this guy right here. You don't have your special armor on, but I'm not even entirely sure that without you're wearing your parade armor, but
just so you know, most of my AC comes from parade armor.
So 14 doesn't hit. I'm gonna try because I don't remember how much I have. There's a 16 hit, and I'm out of daddy's dice.
You're out of daddy dice.
No,
there is a dice drought going on.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Scott.
Misses.
It misses.
What are you, 17?
Yeah.
No. Natural girl, where are you? I'm dry. Dodger, get me wet again. I mean, fill up my dice pool
Oh
again.
my lord!
Um,
And
Please
then I
don't
just
act
read,
like-
"Oh no, Daddy's sack is empty."
Oh no!
oh, I was. That's worse
Mikey,
than what I was.
why?
Okay. Here we
That
go.
is worse.
True blue, baby. True
He's-
blue.
He's emptied his sack.
That's why I swing against you, sir.
Wait, what? Just who is this to? Because the first one was
Oh,
against
sorry.
me, but
Sorry.
you didn't say what's happening with the second one.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My first attack against you is a miss. My second attack is from the person that has to attack Neil, as I said before, which is an attack roll. Neil, I entirely forgot to press the button, so actually ignore that. I actually have to do this first. Neil, go ahead and roll me a sense motive.
I'm real good at those, by the way. I'm trained in everything.
Nice. Okay, I fainted. So this next attack is going to be against your flat-footed AC.
Oh shit, that's a thing.
Yep. And now this is my
Good-
attack roll.
good-
Oh, it's
good
the
job,
same
Get-
attack.
Good job getting a -1 off my AC.
Oh, that's not why I'm doing it.
I'm
He's
glad
trying to
I,
he's trying to use a coup de grace.
What? Thought you had to like be pinned for that.
Yeah.
So
What the fuck?
it's a sneak
That's a
attack.
lot of
It's a
damage.
sneak attack.
it is a sneak attack, but a dagger does 1d4. Usually sneak attack does 1d6, but there are exceptions.
This
to
is the main
rules.
dude.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
the main dude
Yeah,
that's
he
doing
challenged the main one. He took on the big boy. So
Oh, yeah.
when he steps up to Neil, and he, like I said, he does. So as he comes up, it's one of those things like, come on, then pull out your thing, get your sword out, let's do this. And he's like, goes in, and he kind of like comes in like he's gonna attack from one side, but quickly does like a sidestep and comes in from an entirely different angle that you weren't expecting. And I won't lie, it hurt. Like his attack, it hurt like a good bit. You're like, ow!
That dagger went at least 4 to 5 inches into Tristan,
That's all that guy can offer, okay?
which is
Listen,
more than
listen, we don't
Scott
share-
can manage.
I won't lie. I actually, we only have the lights on the tree so far. We haven't decorated yet, and I was gonna take a picture of like me by the tree and like send it over, but the tree's really tall, and I didn't want any jokes. So it's like
That's
it's
so
like a
sweet.
9-foot tree, and I'm like, I haven't actually measured to see exactly how long yet, but it's a big tree. I'm like, nope, not happening, not happening. Anyways, we're decorating it proper tomorrow night. Anyways, so after that person's turn, which they attack you, and you kind of like, as they hit you, it hurts. He says, "You can walk away. Tell me why you were there." And now it's everybody else's turns. So now rotation goes where I get to have all the good guys act in one round, and all the bad, and then all the good. So the first group that attacked Viggo beforehand, sorry, not Viggo, they attacked Galen beforehand and Tristan beforehand. They're gonna step up and attack you guys as well. Neil,
One of them can't. One of them is effectively out of the
yes.
fight. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. So Neil, the one that attacked you from behind, he's gonna come up and attack you from behind again, but now he has flanking in doing so.
Yep.
So he has, instead of a +5, he has a +7 chance to hit. And your AC is lower against this one. Luckily, natty
No,
ones
that-
don't mean he drops or nothing. But
That doesn't hit, unfortunately, Scott.
so it's one of those things where as the other guy hits you, you
These-
take the hit, you stumble backwards, the person comes to attack him behind, but you like actively block the attack of the shield, like a very
it's
active
the
block.
creepy thing of some cat he like clotheslines him. You're like, oh.
Yeah. And then the other guy who you had hurt with a weapon, he's kind of sitting there gripping his wound, looking at literally bits of crystal inside of his wound. But then he's like looking at this crystal, and he like looks at you, then he looks back at the crystal, and the crystal starts to like dissipate and like turn into like more or less powder that blows away in the way, like such fine powder. It starts like blowing away just in his movements and the rushing of air as he does so. And then he looks back up at you again with like a feared look at his face, and then he just starts backing off. like shaking his head, like, nope, I'm out. And he starts, yeeting out of there. That leads to the other two that were attacking Carrick before. So the one that had attack with the sword, I'll attack with them first, which again is a +5. With them, it's currently a +5 to attack the damned horse. I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with it. That's nothing. The other person is going to drop their crossbow, and they're going to draw out their sword as well, to attack. And drawing their sword is they get a +2 because they're flanking the horse now, because they're on either side, and they're going to step up to attack Carrick. Come on! How is this happening so consistently? And why aren't the dice rolling on Roll20, by the way? Is chat not able to see the dice? Let me just roll something.
They're not rolling. They're like, I think
maybe you need to re-enable 3D dice. Yeah. Sometimes updates can turn it off.
I had to re-enable it in the off-stream game, so that might be what's happening.
Let me just 1 second. Try that again. Yeah, it's not happening over there. Yeah, and it's
that's
happening.
Weird.
It's happening everywhere, but on
and you
Firefox.
rolled the exact same fucking thing.
Oh, that's funny. That's crazy. Firefox is the one that's having issues. So sorry, chat, that you guys can't see the actual dice rolls, but it's Firefox having an issue. Back to you guys. They both miss. That's gonna go to Viggo's turn. Currently unseen, and they can't even hear you at the moment. This clattering of weapons and shields and shit. Oh, Jake's frozen.
Oh, I thought he was thinking.
Oh, Viggo, it's your turn. I like what that other guy did. I'm out too. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm invisible.
Oh, you know that gif of the kid that just like fades? He just completely fades away. Like he just shows one of those.
He goes, and then disappears. Please, someone clip that, because that was amazing. How long has he been with that? We don't know. We're not sure.
While we're waiting for him to get set back up, I'm going to switch to the other overlay.
Welcome back, Jake.
I see he's here. I'm going to try to fix the dice problem. Just while on this screen, but they can still hear us.
You paused in such a neutral position that everyone thought you were still here. So we were just like, Jake, your turn. Jake? Jake?
Jake from State Farm?
And then you dropped. It was so good.
All right, Jake, so it's your turn. What are you doing, sir?
How long is... Oh, sorry. Yep, go.
Yeah, it's not...
No, it happened again. It happened again.
Oh, he is frozen again. Whoa, triple sixes. Jesus,
no, he's back. He's back.
Oh, this is really fucking annoying me.
Maybe you need to turn your router upside down. No, because your internet's from down under.
Spotty at the moment while it restarts.
I think you need to contact whoever your service company is and yell at them. I used to have to do that all the time when I was at Comcast.
That doesn't work in Australia. You have to ring them up and say, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah. Thanks, mate.
Just as a heads up, I literally just got a notification.
Exactly what you were saying.
I could actually.
I'm not joking.
No. I just got a notification that my internet may drop within the next 3 hours. So that'll be interesting.
Well, why might it drop?
NBN maintenance, apparently.
Gotcha.
Nil by mouth maintenance?
Well.
I'm really trying.
My go is it?
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. I'm really trying here to fix the 3D dice, and it's just Firefox that's having the issue.
Scott, it's okay. Turn away from the Firefox. Come back to the light.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's frustrating. What are you gonna do?
Speaking of light, have you turned on your camera fan?
I did. Yeah.
Scott,
thank you.
After the stream, remind me to message you about. There's a if you're having issues with because I know you need to have it as a separate browser for the chat. There is actually a way to essentially get a there's another version of Chrome you can get that you can use as a second browser that acts fully separately, but it's still Chromium.
The only reason why I have to do it for that is because you have to turn off the certain type of enhancer or whatever it is that's on there. Otherwise, it doesn't pick it up. It just comes off as like a black box. So I use Firefox because I disable the advanced whatever on Firefox, but leave it.
Oh, you can do that in.
But if you do it in Chrome, it disables it for. It disables it for Chrome. You know?
Yeah. So I'll message you after. It's literally another browser it's a different type, or it's like
so the settings do not jump.
Settings do not.
Oh, I understand.
Yes.
Cool. All right, Jake, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my extracts as standard action, Cat's Grace, and I am going to drink another swift action potion of Blur.
Ooh, I like where that's going.
So you are now blurred, invisible, shielded, and Cat's Graced. While your friends are, he's even the quintessential. He steps outside, spends a minute buffing himself, and walks into everybody's dead. Be like, I brought Doritos.
No, see, what you have.
And I'm going to position myself to be able to step in and fight one of the people engaged with Neil, so I can flank them next turn.
So you want to make a flank train where you're flanking the guy that's flanking Neil. Gotcha.
flank.
Yeah, and Carrick's flanking.
There are two people flanking Carrick, who's flanking that guy. Who's flanking that Neil, guy, and now Viggo.
And then now you.
This is a big T. It's a big T.
And then there's just Callan on the side, like, hey guys.
Over there fighting against one person.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. You got this.
Anyways, I'm going to be 5 foot step away though.
It's your turn, Tristan.
So I can step into that.
Don't forget, you are flanking with Carrick to this guy.
Yep. Carrick is large, long, right?
Yes. Yeah, which just means he doesn't have reach, but he's 2x2. Yes.
Yeah. And I can potentially do we have diagonals? Are we using diagonals?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So I could potentially.
I only know one person that doesn't.
Yeah. I could potentially hit the leader, and then use my free 5-foot step to get into base contact with Carrick.
Ooh,
and then use my
stepping through an enemy's square requires like a high CMB.
But because he's long, I'm not going through their square, right?
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
No.
Because
you see what I'm traveling?
Understand.
Yeah. Which is why I'm talking you through it, because it's in my head and it's not a map.
I'm going to show this. I'm going to show this on a map so everybody understands what's going on. So let me bring this into view where chat can see. So if you have Tristan here, because I'm actually going to counter you in 1 second. You have the horsey here, and you have rando person here, right? So if we have Tristan, horse, and rando here. See, if you change the grid, which I'm doing right now. I'm just setting this up so I can explain the ruling real quick. Let's make this hot red. Boom. Now we can all see that grid there. Yay! Can we see the random person? The random person's color, it makes them invisible on roll 20. So let's get rid of them. Let's use this fun tiger. The tiger will be the person in question. So, and because of your damn name, let's flip it the other way. Okay, here we go. So you have Tristan going here. Now the issue is you cannot step through somebody's corner without making a certain check. So if you're saying you're going diagonally here, that means that stepping to there around the person requires, get this out of my way, corner. That means this corner here is going to this corner here, meaning you are directly stepping through their square using that corner. So actually you couldn't do that. You would actually have to go, let me go back to the regular, snap to center. You'd actually have to go like this unless you make a certain CMB.
Okay.
A CMB against their CMD to move through their space. So diagonals do work, but in the scenario where you're like this, it's just because you are literally stepping through their square that it has an additional rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar with Pathfinder, etc. So I'm going to talk you through it. I would like to try and hit him and then make that CMB check to travel.
Yep, and just so you know, if you don't want a CMB check, you could just take the AOO. You know what I mean?
am buffed to shit right now. I've got a +7 strength. I'd like to take the CMB check.
Sure. So you want to do the attack roll before you make a decision? Gotcha.
Yeah. So he's flanked, which gives me what?
He is flanked to give you +2 to hit.
Okay.
And
Wartime Predator gives me an extra +1 because he's flanked.
Correct.
So I'm getting +3 from flanked.
Try to get images that won't be green screened out.
Challenge. Let's double check.
While he's figuring this out,
Cool.
I after 4 years of playing D&D on Roll20 learned yesterday that you can do plus blah 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 or minus blah 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 in the bubble above your character to automatically add or reduce health.
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny.
I had no idea you could do it that way.
So I'll swing
that's the funny train that's going on right now. I guess
swing the horseman's pick.
Yes, sir. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh
my god!
So
I pray that this crit.
He's dead.
Luck the crit confirm.
We don't have any luck, I don't think. Well, I would like to.
You
if
could
I
try.
don't...
Just try.
Oh my god!
Nice. Yes. Fucking yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that is
Crunch this poor boy's skull.
That is a
Have you been
confirmed
using
crit.
power attack at all now?
I'm not power attacking this one. I could do, but I'm not. The horseman's pick actually has a ×4 crit multiplier.
Holy
It
fuck.
was for a minute there, Ash. Yes.
Oh, of course, it's a
So
fucking
hopefully
hit.
this rolls well.
Oh my god.
Did
Neil,
just
Neil,
go,
hold on. Before you roll,
"Ow."
did you apply the correct modifier? Like the strength is applied. Do you have the +5 for your what you call it?
So
on
I
there?
have my strength modifier.
Oh my
I
God.
have +6
my God.
from.
He's gone.
Oh my god.
Ow.
Oh my god. Oh my
I have
god.
+6 from +1 from
Oh my god.
+5 from my challenge, and +1 from whetstones. That's why it's +6 because I haven't actually swung the weapon since it was sharpened. So +6 should be +13 should be correct. Let's roll it.
Okay, and yes, we're playing Pathfinder 1E. Oh my god.
Oh my
god.
God.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You
God!
Matt,
That's
you
kind
made-
of horrific, isn't it? Actually?
Even if that he has more health than that for some ungodly reason, you've done more than 50 health damage. You may just flat out massive damage kill this fucker.
That's kind of horrific, isn't it?
He doesn't have 66 health.
Yeah, this guy's gone and threatened you, and you've just gone.
This was the leader, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was.
Oh my god, Neil. Jesus, you one-hit killed him because you critical hit with a ×4 weapon. I mean, maximum health he could possibly have as a 5th level rogue. The maximum health he could have is what 8 × 5 is what 45, and let's say he has a +2 con. That's 55 health is the max that he could have, which means you have him at negative 11, which is borderline death anyways. So maybe not flat out killed if he had max health, which NPCs don't. You have to roll for it.
Yeah,
Right?
he's dead as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's max health. He's off by 3 from auto kill without even making the. Oh my god.
That is
Okay.
disgusting.
That is the first attack too. He was uninjured. Oh my god. I was so
Okay,
excited.
so I don't need to worry about that CMB check anymore.
No.
Um,
I was so excited to just flat out. I was gonna sneak attack. Oh my god, I was gonna hurt the shit out of you.
So he just like stabs Triss in the gut,
Holy shit.
and Triss just embeds the horseman's pick in his skull.
I want to be clear. Every frigging attack I make against you guys, I'm rolling less than 9. And you just
Oh man.
critical hit with a 20 only weapon at this ×4 damage. Oh my god.
Okay, and that actually cancels the challenge.
Challenge. He's like stabbing you like, ow.
Neil, you one-hit kill the boss of this little ruffian group here. Go ahead and roll me a what's it called? Intimidation check, please.
Okay.
14 is not crazy high. You must have rolled poorly. Unfortunately, it's not rolling in roll 20 because again, it's borked. So
I rolled a
apologize.
7. I rolled a 7.
Funny enough, it actually didn't roll on my screen either, but that's a different conversation.
Actually, yeah. Let me. Is it? I could swear I definitely have it on.
I definitely have it on.
Oh, no, mine are rolling.
Yeah, bloop it one more time just for funsies, Neil.
Let me refresh roll 20, shall I, just in case?
Yeah, I think.
Did mine roll on stream?
No, apparently it didn't. I guess we're all only seeing our own.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad.
Wait,
Okay.
that sounds like a roll 20 thing then,
Yeah.
not an us thing.
I'll do this.
I'll just bloop it just to
Yeah.
see with it.
It depends. It depends on where it's typed. So we could all only see our own dice. All right, that's fine. Moving on. Wow,
Okay, that's
not that
good to know.
Let's push on with the story. So, anyways, you one hit kill this person and you step up. Your intimidation of 14. It's not like it's over the top where it's going to immediately have everybody run away, right? So,
Cool.
you do your step up with your it's actually a free action step. So you still technically have your
And
move action.
Yeah.
but,
Can I mount Karok with that? Isn't it?
you actually can mount as a move action, but mounting in front of two people like this, that's going to be moving through their threatened squares. That would provoke an attack of opportunity. You'd have to CMB to do that safely.
I would like to try and do that safely.
Go right
if I
ahead,
could,
sir.
Please.
If you fail, they get the attack. Okay. Yep, that's good. That definitely beats their CMD. You were
Yeah,
able
I've
to,
got a +7 from the potion, and then +5 from the bab at the moment. So
to have this happen. You literally take the weapon. You, like you said, overhead shot directly into the guy's skull. And then just because of how the sheer strength of your 24 strength because of the potion that you currently have, you just like wiggle it once and rip it back out. And the person just drops like taters, right? And then you take like that quick 2-step up to the guy with your third step being like a stomp forward. And the person like flinches and hops backwards. But if they're flinch and hop backwards, you definitely do that another step and like kind of loop right up onto Carrick's saddle. So you're kind of standing up there on him, taking that moment that he was kind of like flinched backwards to be up on the saddle. No attack of opportunity against you for doing so. It's Carrick's turn, which is now on your turn. But for the sake of finishing off this thing, it's Carrick's turn. What does he do? And then I'm going to remove him from initiative because now you guys are linked to initiative. Okay.
Yep, sure.
What does Carrick do?
Would you? I'm sorry to require so much explaining all the time. How does overrun work?
Ooh.
Do I need a run up?
You usually do need that, but give me 1 second to double check because that's one of those fun ones that aren't used super often. It is a CMB, is how it works, of course. But 1 second. Overrun. Bum, 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 bum. So overrun, let's see, as a standard action taken during your move or as part of a charge, so you can just do it as part of a move, you can attempt to overrun your target moving into through its square. You can only overrun an opponent who is no more than one size category larger than you. If you do not have the improved overrun feat or similar, they provoke an attack of opportunity from the target of your maneuver. If your overrun attempt fails, you stop in the space directly in front of the target or the nearest space in front of When they overrun, they can choose to avoid you. So when you try to overrun them, they can choose to avoid you instead of attacking.
Okay.
Do you have improved overrun?
I do.
Okay, allowing you to pass through without requiring an attack. If the target does not avoid you, you make a CMB. Maneuver is successful. You move through the target's space. If your attack exceeds your opponent's CMD by 5 or more, you move through the target's space, and the target is knocked prone. I would say that they're going to do attempts to stop you. Because they were literally told to attack the horse. So.
Sure. Karok will attempt to run out, say, like 40 feet, and then wheel about. So what do I need to roll? A CMB?
Yep, just Carrick's CMB. And then we're going to brain math an extra +2 on top of this. That's a 26. You absolutely do overrun them. And because you beat their CMD by 5 or more, you also knocked the individual prone that you ran through. So you kind of more or less, Carrick kind of like wheels around, rearing up for a second. The person's like, ah! And as they stumble backwards, as Carrick kind of like drops back down from how it reared up, they fall prone and you turn and you start like galloping away. The other person that's adjacent to you with a melee weapon you do provoke an attack of opportunity from that one individual, but you get to, if I hit you, you get to roll a ride check because you have mounted combat.
I see. So improved overrun doesn't provoke it from the person you are attempting to overrun. Gotcha.
Correct. But the other person that's on the, you could have overrun both of them if they were like lined up, but we're opposite flanking, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So you can roll a ride check to increase your AC if you want, if I hit you. So give me 1 second. This is just a +5. That's a 17. I don't think that hits you anyways, does it?
It doesn't hit currently.
Yeah, especially with you on him. So all right, cool. You it's a miss. Let's move on. You ride away the 40 feet, and that's that. Gallon, it's your turn, sir.
I am going to do the exact same thing as last time. 5 foot step away, swift action, create blade
This
shard.
time, your 5 foot step back is actually going to step you into melee with the person that was flanking Carrick that just attacked the opportunity and missed. But the good news is they just attack of opportunity and missed. The likelihood of them having a second attack of opportunity in 1 round is slim. So you can step back up 1 more time, which is towards
yeah,
them,
that's fine.
and you'll be fine.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that then.
But they had combat reflex. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, wife.
Oh my god. She was excited about combat reflexes.
She's like, well, somebody's got reflexes at least.
Okay, I'm gonna while he's talking, I'm gonna do my attack. Make sure I have everything ticked.
trying to get a fast one past him, Itash, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Oh goddamn! I'm gonna leave this.
I
one.
love my little angry chipmunk. All right, so what are you doing? You're attacking. Go
5
ahead.
foot stepping and then attacking the guy 5 foot stepped away.
Are you happy with your 15?
Yeah. I'm not gonna luck it if I.
AC's a 15. You hit.
Cool, sweet. And I said before that I'm doing the same thing as last time. I also meant I'm doing the empowered thing as well.
Sure.
More psi points. So that's the first damage, and then. Ooh.
Wow. Okay. Cool. That's
Ow.
19
Owie.
points of damage. The other guy took 18 points of damage. Same
Yep.
thing. This person is going to, because their turns are all coming up next. This person is clearly from the 5 feet away. They're going to look down at their wounds, look back at the other person that ran away, look down at their wound again, and just be like, look at the dead body over there, fucking him out. And he's going to turn and start like booting out of there as quickly as possible on their turn. I think that's pretty much it for your turn. You free 5 foot step, which means you can't move anymore. You did your standard action attack. You swift action made the shard. That's it. You're good. This goes to this group here was the leader guy who is dead. Then there's the person that was behind Tristan. Then Tristan stepped up on the horse and rode off. So that's done there. That person looking at the 2 people that were with them both ran off. And look at the person like literally, and then you stepped around a dead body or stepped over a dead body. They look down at that dead body and they're like, yeah, no. And this person's going to turn and they're going to run off too, to be clear. Leading behind.
Do any of them run past me?
Well, you stepped off to the side, right? Oh, no, this one?
This,
No, I
this,
oh,
this
oh,
one
this one turns
definitely.
around.
Yeah, this one
That's
definitely
where
goes
they
off.
get the
They're like-
spaghetti
they're
arms
like-
from.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he just went straight into you.
Yeah, because they literally they're turning and they're
I'll get
running.
an attack of opportunity, right?
Well, yeah, they're going to smash faces. They're about
Yeah.
to bump domes. Like, what? Go.
Sorry,
Murder
my
him.
internet just keeps. I can't murder him, but
We got to leave one alive.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I agree.
They're
We got to leave one
flat-footed.
alive.
You know,
We've got two. We've got 2 that are alive and running. So if we happen to kill all these, we need to go find those.
that
Holy
does nothing
shit!
for me. It does nothing for me.
What do you mean it does
Just don't-
nothing for you?
No, sneak attack doesn't double.
Since
Okay.
when?
Precision dice don't double. It's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You still get sneak attack and you get your extra damage. That's right. Sneak attack don't double. I forgot about that.
Are you ready
Addition
for my
blindness.
damage?
Do you
Are you
damage?
I
ready?
Yeah.
know the
damage,
different
yeah.
editions make it. This is why I constantly, when we play, I'm like, can I do this?
There you go.
Hold on.
Nice.
6 plus.
6. Yeah, hang on, I'll roll the other.
Oh,
All right, there
6
it is.
plus 6.
Oh,
It's 6,
Well,
actually.
those
Yeah.
three twos. Yeah.
my mouse.
Perfect.
highlighted-
Perfectly done. Only
on-
12 damage. That boy ain't getting away.
Viggo, because it's not doubled, let me remove that for you. What you do is under sneak attack, you actually just get rid of the critical multiplier to 1.
I'm
And
not
now-
sure that works. Does
It
it
does,
work?
because look, now when you click it, it just does the 1 damage, right?
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, it
Does
just
that
Bravo,
also get
bravo,
rid of
sir.
the obnoxious double rolling dice?
no. No. No, it does not. Because look, I just clicked sneak attack and it rolled 2d20s, didn't it?
Oh.
I don't know, did it? Double check.
Twitch wanted to let me know that that bot I reported earlier has been actioned.
Oh, good.
Oh, wow.
Enforcement action has been taken.
Let's check.
That's good.
Yeah, look at that. See, sneak attack just got a critical confirm. Sorry, just one of my only friggin' 20s are gonna roll all day. God damn it.
Yeah, what a waste,
Moving
Scott.
Anyways, so yeah, you did 12 points of damage to this person.
They are some milk.
They are baffled. They have no idea what the hell just happened. They just turned around and started to step forward, and instead a dagger went into their like side. They turned and they're like, I'm confused. But because you attacked and it's regular invisibility, your invisibility fades into a blurry looking person. They see a blurry person there in front of them. They're like, ah, and they're going to step back out of the dagger, clutch their side, and then turn and try to move around and away from you. Like they're going to try to run away down the street around you. That's their whole turn was that. Because they weren't originally withdrawing because they didn't know that they were in a provoked square, right? After that is going, so they're withdrawing. After that is the 2 people that attacked originally. One of them already ran off. The other one was, actually, that was the one that was attacking Tristan, who just ran off. Then it was the person that attacked there, and who was the other one? There was the other one that attacked you, who also ran off. So both those initiatives
The only
are
2
gone.
that are left are the 2 ones that were flanking
Attacking
Carrick.
Carrick, yeah.
And
one of
them
them's
was prone.
prone. Jinx, Coke, you owe me a poke. So the one that's prone.
It's you owe me a Coke is the one I usually hear, not you owe me a poke.
So the one that's standing like looks off at the others that ran off, the dead body that's there, the one that's prone, and they look over, and because these are mates, right? He actually takes like the 3
Call them
steps
what they
up.
are: seasoned soldiers or spies.
He takes a few steps up, reaches down, grabs the hand of the other one to help them to their feet to stand up from prone. And then they turn and they start moving away, and they look and they see the blurry person, and they move around the blurry person and start running up the street and going to like hook it down an alleyway.
Oh no, we can't have this.
Tasha's like,
What
was
was
that
that
with
in the water.
Tash is so crazy. Oh no, we can't be having this.
So you have the one that was stabbed is kind of like hobbling straight down the street, and you have the 2 that weren't stabbed, just one was prone, start running and hook it down an alleyway. So after that is technically Viggo's turn if he chooses to do anything.
Yeah, can I charge any of them?
Yeah, the one that went straight down the street, you can
The one
absolutely.
that bumped into me?
Yeah,
Is that the one? Okay.
he went around you and hobbled.
One that I stabbed, right?
Yeah.
All right. Viggo will yell, try and take one alive. And he will, I'll charge attack the dude at the end of the alley.
Okay, so you go chasing down after that dude. He's not even in an alley, he's just in the street. So you charge him down in the street and attack him. Go ahead.
Where is the charge thing?
He does have his dexterity to AC in this. So.
Yeah.
He is not running currently. He will next round. If he can. If he lives.
I'm unconvinced. I don't see how they're gonna. 19 he rolled because dagger 19 to 20 crit range, but that confirmed though.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he took 12 before, right?
Yeah.
And now he's taking 8 more. He's at 0, which means that he's
Perfect.
he's conscious but
Perfect.
disabled. So
That is
Ooh.
literally perfect.
That is perfect.
he can take a move or a standard
See
every round.
Viggo, as he's running, Viggo chases after him. You can see like he has a dagger in his hand. As his foot comes back, he just hits the Achilles of the guy.
Oh,
Like, as he's running, you
man,
surgical
down
precision.
right into the calf. Just, and as somebody who struggles with calf pain often, I mean often, like that sucks.
Yeah, because you're a cow. So he has calf pain.
Listen, Messi, or should I call you Ethan? That's right.
How dare you? He refused to tell me his name, guys. Never forgave him for that.
All right, so continuing on. Let's yeah, he's at 0, so that's that. Tristan, what kind of bloodthirsty actions are you gonna take?
Well, I've been ordered to take them alive. I would like to. I would like to. Oh my God, no! Jesus, that guy really stabbed Triss hard. Like there is a big patch of blood.
Dead now.
Oh, he
Yeah,
dead now.
exactly. The others haven't done that. Okay, so they don't need to be dead now. How would I go about drawing my a different weapon? I can drop the hammer, draw a lance.
Yeah, move action to draw, which you can do that while you were moving on the horse. You literally drop the hammer on the ground. It's like Thor's hammer.
Yeah. Draw the lance. I suppose thematically, I guess maybe he's using it backwards, so he's just using the non-bladed end. So he's just using the wooden tip, and he would give chase to those guys. I mean, I don't know how far they got away, but Karok goes quite quick. You know, we're talking 60 foot here. So I would try to charge one, and non-lethally.
They turned down an alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you wouldn't be able to charge down an alleyway.
Because it's a full round action to charge, yeah. Gotcha. That's okay. I wouldn't charge one then, but I would, I guess, follow one of them, down an alleyway and dunk one on the head with the old lance if I can.
Absolutely, you can make the 60 feet is Carrick's movement. Yeah, that 60 feet's more than they were able to step up, help the person up, turn and start running, and go down an alleyway. They did not move 60 feet, but you ran back 40 feet. So that means 40 feet to get back up to 0, and then 20 feet after that, unfortunately, for you to get all the way up to where they are to double move. You could definitely get them so you're standing directly behind them, so them continuing to try to run away would provoke an attack of opportunity or whatever it is, potentially. But you would not be able to get the donk as well.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
Okay, so you go chasing after them, and you do not attack this turn. Okay, Gallon, what kind of bloodthirsty action are you going to take?
I am assuming since I was there when they started running and he was able to catch up to them with where he was, my normal movement would allow me to get up to one and try and grab one, right?
What's your speed again?
Since I don't have my suit on, I'm only 30 at the moment, but I was
a couple steps ahead of them or whatever. And so you'd be able to catch up to them, but again, because they double moved, they moved more than 30 feet away. So give me 1 second. Yeah, no, I would say that you could actually run up to them and be able to still make a standard action. Yep.
Okay, so I want to try and how does like tackling one or like trying to
it's grapple. CMB.
Grapple. Okay.
If you don't have improved grapple, that actually provokes an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, I will take the attack of opportunity against you.
But do attacks of opportunity promote attacks of opportunity, Scott? Where does the cycle end?
So, sometimes actually it does. I think it's called like the Wingbird Gambit or something like that. Is the name of a feat that allows you to provoke an attack of opportunity. I'm not even joking. It's like a thing.
What?
Yeah. I don't think a 13 hits. I didn't get any daddy's dice, so I can't even try to go above. And of course, I was hoping you'd roll trash, but of course not. Only I'm rolling trash.
You've taken all the trash for the team, Scott. We appreciate it.
As I grapple, I'm just gonna say, "Give it up. You're done."
You grapple the one that had helped the one that got knocked prone up. It's now their turn. The one that got knocked prone and got helped up looks back at the fact that you grappled one, and turns and runs.
He's like, I help. Nah, man, you help me out, but fuck you, I'm out.
Yep.
Can I?
I
bonk
imagine
it?
that's what Neil is like as an actual friend. You know what I mean?
Wow. Just you wait when I cook you in your own fire pit. Help me!
At least I know I'm delicious.
No.
Okay, cool. So you that'll be, unless you guys want to continue to pursue, that'll be it. The only thing I do want to say is that the one that you stabbed before Jake, that you stabbed twice now, they with their move action are able to continue hobbling forward. So they continue trying to hobble away with these two nasty knife wounds and whatnot inside them, are kind of crying out, "Ruffians! Help! Ruffians!"
Can I make a attack of opportunity against the
I would have
boy
also got an.
who's trying to the one who's trying to run, who
Yes.
the
The one
Yeah.
that was like, nope, and like ran away from their friend. Yes. Because you have reach.
yes. I was like, can Carrot, but Carrot can't because. I would like this to be non-lethal, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a
It's not
-4 unless
necessary.
you have an ability that negates that.
-4. Cool. That's what I wanted to know. -4 to attack, yeah?
Yes, sir.
So -3 because I have high ground advantage on the back of Carrot, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Unless you like
+3,
challenge them as a swift action to get the bonus damage.
Nah.
So does this includes the -4?
Yes.
Okay, then you hit.
And is there a minus to damage or just as is?
No, as is.
Cool.
Oh, that's what he meant. Okay, I understand now.
So wow, that crit. So
I know,
it
it's
is
scary, isn't it?
with a lance on a horse, don't you do extra damage?
Well,
Or is that only when you charge?
maybe that should be 2d8. No, I think it must be charged. It's just because I've not had combat in a while.
Yeah.
Cavalier's charge, spirited charge,
Spirited
spirited
charge.
charge. When mounted and using the charge action, you deal double damage with the melee
Okay,
weapon
or
or triple
with the
damage
lance.
with a lance.
Which you
Yeah.
clearly weren't doing. Okay, cool. So 10 points of damage.
Yeah,
You give the boy a hard bonk on the head, but they were otherwise uninjured. So they do continue to run away.
Yeah, now I get to attack of opportunity the guy that ran away from me, right?
Yes, if you are a bloodthirsty fiend, they cannot.
I can choose.
Full
can
round
I
action
not-
to.
I can choose to try and do non-lethal, right?
You can -4 chance to hit.
Okay. Can we just take -4 off this then?
Yep. You can just roll flat, and we will math it.
Yeah.
Rolls another crit.
I pressed it.
Did you though?
There it is. Maybe. Eventually, there it is.
It's a 9. 9's not going to hit, sir. So,
Nope.
like I said, they hobble 30 feet down the street. Do you choose to pursue them?
Yeah, I need to knock him out, so I'm going to keep chasing him down.
Wait, so you're going to keep walking after them and attacking them?
Hey,
I have to.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
You have to?
Yes.
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
You want to take
Because
me alive?
any one
need
of
to
these
take them
could be the
alive.
weak. Any one of
He
these could be
doesn't
the
know I
weak
have one
link.
grapple.
This is where you see Viggo is
A bloodthirsty animal?
No, he under pressure he got like 2 decent stabs in, but then now that the pressure's off, he's just gonna chase him and just continuously just try and get this guy. and he's
No.
not
It doesn't
gonna
need to
get
be.
him.
It doesn't need to be comic booky like that. At some point in time, because I believe, I imagine after you try to stab, you try to bash him with the other dagger. It's just so unwieldy. I imagine that being annoyed with this and knowing that this guy's really hurt, you literally. Fuck this. You literally grab into your bag, grab like a flask, because you know flasks are made out of like a properly tempered glass, right? You grab a proper flask, you just hurl it at them from behind, just smashes in the back of their head, and they just lay out flat on the
It would
ground.
make such like the comic book bonk.
Bonk.
Are you fine with that? Do I have to roll for it?
No. Yeah. If you're just gonna keep attacking every round,
Eventually, you're gonna get him.
Yeah,
Like it's
we're
one of those
wasting
things
time.
that like
Okay,
rolling is
fine.
just prolonging.
I
it.
throw a flask at him. He hits him in the head. He falls over, and I'm gonna stabilize him.
yeah. It might bonk on the back of the head, but shatter when it hits the ground, sort of a thing. And then you can walk up to him and be like, "Now I may begin my work on you."
And pulls out his surgeon's.
Right in the middle of the street too. He's like, "I'm just gonna take a proper snip here, since that wasn't done at birth."
God. I suppose we should loot.
He had an Audi, guys. He had an Audi. He had to correct that.
It seems unlikely, because they were likely professionals. But I suppose we should check the body of the leader, including his shoes, etc. You know, like.
Needless to say,
especially shoes.
This all happened very quickly. That was what?
Yep.
7 rounds, 8 rounds. So that was less than a minute. But needless to say, the commotion has eventually drawn people to the windows of the buildings on either side. Even a couple of more daring or stupid people have opened their doors to look.
This guy, by the way.
These are the people that would die, holding their cell phones out, open their doors to look out, and be like, "Oh, what's going on out here?" That sort of a thing.
One of my favorite quotes from Doctor Who is, "The world ends as it always would, down the lens of a camera phone."
So you go over. Who's going to go over and check the body of the leader person? Because you've got a person that's
I'm tying up.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
going to
probably
be
trying to get away. And normally, I would have a back and forth on rolls for this because they could potentially get away. But I imagine very quickly Tristan dismounts.
Yeah, because Tristan's right there, he would literally,
And his CMB is like a plus 14 or some crap right now. So
he's
roided.
And you would provide him a +2 on top of that as well. So this person, unless Tristan rolls a natty 1 and he rolls like very high, there's no way that this person's getting away, right? So you two,
we got 3 of the 6, right?
2 of the 6.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, we got 2.
Well, all 3, including the dead guy.
We have 3.
3 including a corpse. Yes.
What?
So one got away from us.
So the guy who
I've got
lifted
one,
off
and you guys have got.
No, we've got
right?
one.
Just
So
one.
no, the guy who lifted
Yeah.
his friend off the ground, we caught. The friend who got lifted off the ground abandoned his friend,
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got 2.
which is good because it means this guy will be easier to break.
Oh,
No, that's true. I didn't even consider
that's
that.
dark.
That is.
Ted's just sitting there like, just a reminder to all you people that ever turn on me. like my loyalty only lasts as long as yours does.
I spent like 8 months as an admin on a Rust server. A little bit of it's in there still.
-2 charisma that pops in here sometimes. Actually, the people that he plays D&D with over on Twitch.tv/-2 charisma, he met them on Rust. That's actually how he knows them, and now they're like lifelong friends.
That's how I know Wade.
That's kind of
Oh,
cool.
really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're like you and Wade, lifelong friends. So I think you made out better in the deal, though. All of them are kind of trash people. So
Well, they play Rust.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
No
I
offense,
stopped
mate.
playing Rust a long time ago. Fuck that.
but they did full on RP. Like they would only speak in RP when they were playing Rust, like hardcore RP stuff.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
That's kind of pog. Like,
We did very much PvP. Ours was not hard. Ours was like, how can we destroy the other team?
oh no, but they would RP on non-RP servers. Like if you
that
ever
sounds
talk
like
to Jay,
fun, actually.
if you talk to Jay, he'd be like people would just be like yelling at us obscenities, but we would just be like in full on like a goblin voice, like so now I'm gonna take you
That's
back
fantastic.
and so like people they were attacking like what is going on?
I actually love that. That's fantastic.
Knowing Rust, the other people would be so toxic.
Yeah,
when that
They
was
would.
happening.
That's what
So
would make it all the
toxic.
better, though.
Yeah,
Because they'd be so
yeah.
angry that you're like not taking it seriously.
I had never heard of Rust, or at least at a point that I remembered. I'd never heard of Rust until Jay was telling me these stories.
Be right
So,
back.
yeah.
1 second.
So you guys are tying them together, and I imagine Jake, you the person lays out flat on the ground because you did non-lethal damage. They're stable. You don't have to worry about anything. So I imagine you grab them by their bootstraps and start dragging them blurred, and gracefully. Start dragging them. Back over.
This would be terrifying for the people who come out of the houses and just see a blurred person dragging someone.
No. That's not that terrifying. A blurred person dragging somebody, sure. Frightening. When he picks up the dead body, which is now considered an object, and that starts blurring too, that's terrifying.
He's not dead.
The other guy's dead. We did kill one.
I imagine you dragging it back
We
to where the first
fucking
encounter
killed
happened.
one.
And all of you have alcohol in your breath, so you have that as an excuse. So anyways, you're dragging the body the good like 60, 90 feet, whatever it is, back over Slender Jake, back over to where the dead body is. As you're doing that, they're tying this person up as quickly as they can. I imagine having a couple of words like, "Oh, you done fucked up now, did you, mate?" You know, that whole thing. Like,
your friend was pretty quick to
we'll
run.
take care of you, won't we? And like you pick them up and bring them out as well. Kind of gathering all three of you back together over by the dead body, maybe even dropping the person that's tied up over by the dead and knocked out bodies that are over there. What do you do from here? As again, people are looking about, and there are definitely guards on the way, and so on and so forth.
Honestly, pun?
We're Paradel military.
Yeah, wait for the guards to show up so we can get some assistance.
I'd say to Gallon straight away, search his body, take everything of value, anything.
Straight up.
Okay. So you go over to the leader person, I imagine.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
And so as you're searching this body, the guards are going to arrive. Well, are you happy with a 32?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with a 32.
Are you sure he's got a really good sleight of hand? He could have hit it very well before he died.
Man, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Pretty confident in that. Pretty confident. All right. So, anyways, yeah, I'm
scared. All of this luck has to come back somehow.
So, you go searching over their bodies and whatnot, trying to find out what is of significance on them. First and foremost, the first thing you find is their dagger. Clearly, it was a nice dagger. You know what I mean? But that's a different conversation. It's masterwork, whatever. You know, so on and so forth. You can see that underneath his basic clothing he had there, he actually is wearing very finely made mesh of what's it called? Chainmail. It's not mithril. Or like a chain shirt. It's not mithril like that, but it's made very fine to the point where it's probably not as strong of armor as chain shirt normally could be, because it's as supple as it's made. Oh, thank you so much.
Wait, what did you just say that was?
Not mithril.
Oh.
Not mithril. Yeah.
Thank you,
He was
appreciate it.
deliberately saying it wasn't mithril because that would be a much bigger deal.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
mithril's never
Wow.
been seen in Aurorum thus far, in any of the campaigns.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have not had mithril in any of the campaigns so far. So you it's actually rare here, unlike where they say it's rare in most fantasy settings, but everybody has mithril and adamantine. So by the way, it's just a well designed, very supple chain that can be worn easily underneath armor, so on and so forth, right? Moving on. Beyond that, kind of like looking over his person, you can see he has a sack of a couple of gems and coin on him. Quickly looking over the coin, you can see that the mint of the coin is a combination of Paradel mint and Yulvant's mint.
Interesting.
Having a mix of mint is not abnormal. Having a mix of mint, however, can kind of suggest where somebody might have been or where it's in commerce, right?
I'm going to grab that, but I'm going to make sure I keep it separate. So it's like a separate bag to go over later and with detail.
Mm-hmm. And how many gold coins are in there is up to the next 6 D20s that are rolled by chat that added together. And how many silver in there is up to the next 3 D8s rolled by chat. So 6 D20s and 3 D8s rolled by chat if you guys want to math that out as it comes in. But more importantly, you find a little bit of paperwork for the person.
Okay. Now we're talking.
Yeah. Opening it up and unfurling it, you can see the appropriate seals, so on and so forth. Yeah, this person, wow, V-Sword. This person is actually somebody who's been discharged from the military, honorably discharged from the military due to injury that they sustained during their time in service. But so therefore they're still able to maintain their rank. However, they happen to be a chief excellent in the Paradol military.
That that seems interesting. I highly doubt this.
The paperwork has Yulvincian documentation. So of the province of Yulvincia documentation.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure I note that and put that aside as well, because
I shouldn't have done that. Oh, that was foolish.
that's important. The dagger I'm like putting aside for us to go over later. The Masterwork dagger.
Mm-hmm. So it is so in theory, you just killed somebody who outranks two of you, and certainly somebody who would receive a lot of respect compared to a BT. Because I mean, a BT, don't get me wrong, you're an officer, but you're an O3. This is somebody who's a chief excellent. That's almost the maximum rank somebody could potentially have as a non-officer. This is an NCO, a non-commissioned officer.
Oh, I get the idea of this. Okay.
Yeah, this is
Fair enough.
a very high ranked person, you know.
This is deliberately designed so it's going to cause like that. They've designed this so if they do lose, they cause issues.
No, because you've got the paperwork. The dude had a pick through his head. We're good.
Yeah, fair.
He's
fair.
saying,
So
I the paperwork, mate. We can
that's
that.
a good
Thank you."
point, and I'm going to put it in the smuggle boot. The smuggle boot.
Yeah, this person would be a rank. You have to think of more or less, just for the sake of argument, you have to think he's more or less like a Master Chief of like you played Halo, right? So
Yes.
Master Chief is not an officer, but he certainly fucking commands respect, right? So
Yeah.
you're one rank away from there, Gallon.
Yep. Well, what we're gonna do is, as I said, I'm gonna put that in the boot. We can deal with that with the people who need to know. For now, we're gonna deal with these people as it is.
The paperwork is too large to just shove inside the boot unless you're like really tight folding it and rolling it up and whatnot. But again, like I said, guards are rolling up as you're discovering this.
Yeah, I feel
I'm just
like
gonna
we
put
should
it
go
away
and
then.
speak to Seapearl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
who is
so
essentially our commanding officer and our benefactor.
what are you guys doing during that while he's searching that body?
While he's touching the body, those two we have are restrained. Yeah, if I see the guards.
Oh, okay.
coming,
So you're
I will-
restraining the one that you had knocked out. That makes sense. Okay. I imagine you're having Tristan handle the restraining the one that you had knocked out, which again makes sense. And then
Okay.
you would just await for the guards' arrival, so you could probably even walk towards them to approach them. Go ahead. Then, as the guards are pulling up, weapons are very much drawn, and there are 4 guards that are making their way over. 2 of them are like in the front, 2 others are like jogging up behind them, and you can imagine others are going to come up as well. Right. So as like you're approaching the first 2 that are coming up to you with, again, maybe not even 80 feet behind, another 2 jogging up, still joining into the conversation. One of them is like, hey, any weapon you have, throw it on the grounds. Let's make this easy.
We're all in our military armor too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had the
Yeah.
meeting
That
earlier
doesn't
in the
change what
day.
they say.
And Viggo will put his dagger on the ground. It was already fastened at his side by this point.
Mhm.
But he'll put it on the ground and he'll say, what am I?
Gotta remember your rank now. It's been so long.
BT.
Battle
BT.
tactician Viggo. We're attacked by ruffians. We've put 1 down, 2 have ran, and we've restrained 2.
3 have run.
Okay.
He nods and he says, you understand we got to investigate this to make sure everything's good. You there, CO?
Yes.
Tell them, lay down their weapons, kick them in a pile over here, keep things nice and easy. we got to investigate this matter.
Yeah, he'll turn to the other two and he'll let them know to put their weapons down.
As you guys like step away to let your weapons down again, Tesh, you have the papers in your hands. So if you want to try to hide those quickly on your body, that's a sleight of hand check.
Could
I gotta
I
make a
have
decision.
been distracting to them as I was attempting
Yeah.
to be?
Yeah. Because it's sleight of
Well,
hand
I
against
gotta-
perception, and perception we take a -5 when distracted.
We gotta make a decision about whether we hand these over honestly and sort this out, or
You have to make a decision.
It's your decision. Yeah.
I gotta go pee.
I don't have that good of sleight of hand. Look. No, this paperwork is gonna fuck us. Okay, I guess I am gonna try and sleight of hand it.
All right. May the luck be with you.
So I want to describe a way of doing this to try and get a bonus. I'm actually going to be when I sleight of hand to tuck this away, and I want to pull out the bag of gold that I found. I'm going to say this is from the this was on the body on the body.
Mm-hmm. So
yes,
roll
Your
sleight of
Honor.
hand.
Yes, Your Honor. We found him trying to hide evidence.
Oh, actually, you know what? Given where we are, no, yeah, you know, this is our turf. We're not trying to hide things anymore. And I think we're going to sort this out.
Well, I knew
properly.
you were intended to show Sea Pearl either way. It was just whether or not you wanted to show these lowland guards.
Yeah. So you know, yeah, no, this is
What
our
is
turf.
procedure here, Scott?
To be compliant
Is
with
that
the
a
guards.
local?
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
have
no,
you
I'm gonna.
have you ever killed a member of the military before? Probably.
He's not in uniform. We are.
Yep. Sure. but
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be.
You
I'm
would
gonna be
allow the
compliant.
guards to investigate.
I'm going to be in compliant. I'm going to put it down. I'm actually going to say, after I put my weapons aside, I'm going to say this was also on the body and put stuff aside.
So
next
you
to
go
it.
to hand over the sack of coin. You go to hand over the paperwork, and one of the guards
And the
starts
dagger.
punching you in the face and saying, "Why aren't you complying? Why aren't you complying?"
And
you
the
get out a
dagger
billy
as
club
well.
and they start
I'm-
beating you with that, and they taser you a few times. No. Okay. So so you just hand them over, everything over. Like, we were just searching the bodies, found this stuff. And he kind of nods. They go to start searching everything over, and first of all, when they see the injury to the guy's head, they're like, "Oh."
Oh yeah, that's not going to be pretty.
He looks back. He looks back to one of the other guards, and he goes, "Hey, Sherry, you're right. You're right. I would."
don't want to know what.
And she's like,
Oh.
and she's just like, "What? Oh, no. Is there brain over there?" And she starts walking over and looks down. And she's like, "I told you, you can't get outside your rookie year without seeing a brain." And and he just kind of like sits there, and it's one of those things where he doesn't want to look at it, but he's like squatted down by the body, and he keeps like looking at it and like looking away and looking and just staring at the hole in the guy's head. And she's just kind of like chuckles to herself at it, and then goes over and starts like checking over the others that are, one of them is tied up, the other one's knocked over, and starts searching through them. And so the one that was doing the talking investigation reads over the paperwork, and he goes, "Well, this is some shit." Looks over at the other two and says, "Did you two know that he served?" They don't say anything. He goes, "Did you two serve?" They don't say anything. And he looks at them, he walks over to them and looks down and says, "I just want to be perfectly clear what's happening here. There's an accusation that you attacked them in the middle of the streets. Now, if we don't have any witnesses as to what happened here, then you know, we're gonna have to take all of you in until we find out what's going on." And I do again want to be perfectly clear. Nobody has the right of silence or anything like that. You are all going to talk, or you're going to be upset about what happens. So, start whistling. And one of the people on the ground is kind of like, and they will gesture towards there's like in here and gesture towards his where his like his coat or whatever he's wearing. They'll go over and reach in and pull out. They also have paperwork that shows that at one point in time they had served in the Paradol military over the province of Jovincia before. But this person was a Legionnaire Superior, so a rank beneath all of you here. This is the conscious
Viggo
one.
comments and he says, "Seems like we have a bunch of traitors."
You
They
say that,
were,
and the person investigating will actually chime in and say, "That's right, we might." And he gives you like an accusing look.
Yeah, they
look
were
at him and
honorably
he'll say-
discharged, not.
It doesn't matter. They attacked
yeah.
us. I'm accusing them of being traitors. I'll look at him and I'll say, I'll accompany you as will one of my men, but one of my men will return to inform what BC.
Battle Commander, I believe it was.
Yeah, as we are.
Yeah,
her,
BCC Pearl.
He shakes his head and says,
I think-
"That's not how this is going to play out. You're all coming with me, and we can send word to whichever BC you're referring to."
With respect, sir, I believe that the BC would want to be informed straight away.
And with respect, I'm not going to allow people that participated in a murder to go walking freely in the streets until we find out how and why this all happened.
Yeah, maybe you should guard the streets better.
I love Tristan.
He'll look at you and smile and say, "All right, 48 hours of ISO. That works for me."
I don't know what that abbreviation is.
Isolation.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, is this actually all completely? Like, is this guy power tripping right now?
Oh, well, somebody's just lipped at him. He's doing his job. It's not a power trip to be doing my job and not allowing murderers to go walking away. That's not at all power trip. But when he got upstarty, he more or less that. He
What's
was
his
like,
rank?
So he's a guard. He doesn't necessarily serve the military. He's a city
Okay.
guard. Yeah. So you actually wouldn't know that. That'd be a different structure. Now, you could be military and guard, but he's just a guard, so you don't know. So he's like, I'm sick and tired arguing with you guys as a distraction. As more guards are arriving, he kind of calls out to the others. He's like, "Have all the living brought back to cells. I can question them further in a couple of hours."
Viggo will look to the others and he'll say, "I'll report to CPL then." He won't say it loud enough for the guy to hear.
This will give him a
Like, you know
knowing
what I mean?
nod.
All right. Where am I?
This boy's about to go invisible.
Okay.
I
So
was just
gonna
going to
move
send
quickly.
Virgil, but that works.
you pop invisible and you go walking off. And when he sees that happen, he just kind of shakes his head and goes, "Fucking Arcane Congress. I can't stand those dogs."
Thank you.
Galen will laugh at that.
As you laugh about it, he looks at you and says, "Oh, no. You are all going down for his actions. That's resisting arrest. That is absolutely being tried for. I don't care how innocent you are. That's still sitting." And
I'm going to break his nose. I don't want Galen to get hurt. I'm going to swing and break his nose.
No, oh God. No,
If I distract him,
No, you misunderstand. By that's resisting arrest. He's not talking about Galen. He's talking about Viggo.
yeah, he said we're all going down for resisting arrest.
Oh, okay.
no.
You think
Don't-
this
don't
boy's
go
lawful
punching
good?
people.
He's
Okay.
lawful evil. He is
Okay.
power tripping hard right now. He's like, "Look, bro, I didn't want to tase you, but your mate just disappeared, so I am
No,
going
no.
to have
Oh,
to
no,
tase
no,
you."
okay, wait, no,
he's
this
not
is
saying
perfect.
he's not saying he's physically harming you. He's saying that now you are going to have that put on your rap sheet, resisting arrest. Not like
I'm just
resisting
Yeah,
arrest.
but if
boom,
I've already
boom.
got that, if I've already got that on my rap sheet, I probably ought to resist arrest anyway, right?
I'm
gonna break his nose. I'll teach him a lesson.
So you go up to
I've got +7 strength.
Oh my god, you're actually doing it. I thought it was a
Yeah.
joke.
I gotta teach him a lesson.
Oh boy, this is gonna
You think Triss is a good guy, right? But he has just been stabbed for God knows how many points of damage that was in a single like this wound. He probably got stabbed in the spleen or something. Like, he's not in a good mood, and this little
So go ahead, do your attack roll.
I don't know what this is for unarmed.
Melee plus stat. So you literally just click melee.
Oh.
You hit. Damage is 1d3 plus strength.
Oh god, I might kill him. This has to be non-lethal.
By rules, it's non-lethal.
Okay,
it can't
cool.
not be.
It's like punch his head off.
I was like, oh my god, 1d3 plus 1d3 plus.
I just imagine
sorry.
1d3
1d3 plus.
You guys are totally Karens. You're a party of Karen. To be fair, PCs are more or less.
I'm not doing a damn thing.
PC stands for party of Karen. That's all PC stands for. Karen with a C.
I
though,
ain't doing
because
holy shit!
All right, so
10
Max,
damage with a punch.
yeah.
I'd like to break his nose.
I mean, that's he's just a guard. He's just a warrior, probably like warrior level 3. Let's just roll his health points. Just for fun, let's roll his health points. Let's assume he has a +1 constitution. So that's 3D.
Don't let me in with this. I'm doing nothing.
3d10 plus 3 is his health points.
They're like, the guard is totally in the right. You were resisting arrest for when your friend disappeared. Yeah.
Solid health. So you did more than half of his health points in one single punch. That could have been way worse. I could have rolled significantly worse. Either way, so yeah, you break his nose. That's fine. All right, cool. So you break the guy's nose. Immediately, other guards go to tackle you, and now it's like physical. Like I don't know if you care to roll this out, but it's going to get very physical.
I'll protect my face and ball up. Yeah. But I've done what I needed to do. They're not going to hurt Gallon.
Gallon, 2 others are going to come over and roughly grab you. But again, unless you're actively fighting against it or anything like that.
Gallon's just going to...
You're the compliant one?
I would have looked at the guy who's got the broken nose and I was like, what's your name?
So again, as you're being cute, if you will, because again, the tone is being cute, he's actually going to full on spit blood at you. So like... spit blood. He's fucking pissed. He's pissed. He just got his nose broken while investigating a murder in the middle of the streets. Like, he's pissed. So, and one person got away. So anyways, at this point, he's not actually going to respond to you. He's just going to yell, "Get out of here!" To have all 4 of the living people hoisted up and kind of like...
If I was an evil character, he just gave me his blood. But I'm not an evil more evil character. There's a lot of things you can do with someone's blood.
Anyways, when did this become an episode of RC? I know, right?
Setting, there's a lot of things you can do with someone's blood.
So anyways, you guys are hauled out of there. Short version is you're put into the back of a wagon that eventually gets rolled up to where you are with, wood and whatever.
As soon as we're in the wagon, and he's like, they've closed the door, I'm just going, that was a good punch.
One of the people that you guys actually gathered goes, "It was." Anyways, so don't forget, Carrick took another point of damage from that arrow being inside them, and probably 1 more from the arrow being inside them again. But now that
I'm assuming someone is treating poor Carrick.
But now that the guards have Carrick and they'd see the bolt inside of him, they would actually go ahead and do what's needed to remove it out. So
thanks, guys. Respect. To those guys.
Yeah. Either way, so you guys are, needless to say, brought to a jail. We don't have to worry about that for now. Neil, your character is definitely put into isolation, which, by the way, the isolation that they have there is an all-stone room with a heavily steel-reinforced wooden door, but it's designed in such a way that it's only about 5 feet tall, so it's meant to be uncomfortable for anybody, so you can't stand up, and there are no chairs.
Just as a note, for the sake of Virgil, it would be acting like one of my other Psi crystals. Just he's completely immobile. It just looks like a crystal.
Wait, he's up
when
your
he's,
bum?
when he's doing nothing. No, I have a bag of crystals.
Suppository. All of you guys' belongings, including the bag of psi crystals, are all going to be taken
I know,
and go into the prison.
That's what I'm saying. He's with the psi crystals, and he looks like just another one of the psi crystals at the moment.
But not your boots. Your boots stay on.
Yes, this is canonical. No one checks the boots, obviously, unless explicitly.
Look, we got to make use of these boots more often now that I got them.
All right,
Wearing these premium sandals.
So, anyways, you get those enchanted. They're high enough quality. You can. So, anyways, moving on.
Hell
moving
yeah.
on. Jake, you make your way back to Sea Pearl's estate in the middle of the night.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
So I swear to God, if she's jumped town in this short amount of time, Scott.
No, she said we're meeting tomorrow.
You knock on the door. Nobody answers. You knock a second at a time. Eventually, somebody comes over, and they're inside like almost like a covering thrown over what is clearly their sleeping garb. Somebody who works at the estate. They come over and they open the door and they go, battle tactician Viggo, what is it you're doing here?
Viggo's got himself together, but he does have blood splattered over him.
Yeah.
And he says, sorry to wake you. I need to speak with the commander. It's urgent.
They look over the blood on you and say, indeed it is. Yes, let me go and wake her. And they invite you in to go stay in the same room that you were in before. And they go to step out of the room and they look back and they go, would you like a tea?
Yes, please.
Such a nice person.
They turn away, they turn back and say, herbal?
He nods.
And then they go
Woken up in the middle of the night and they're like, shall I make you a tea?
Well, clearly
what a
somebody
nice
had a worse
person.
evening, right? Like,
Yeah. That's,
and so it's like what conversation were we having beforehand? It's like the whole, how dare you inconvenience me with your cancer? You know, like I have to drive you there. How dare you inconvenience me? You know, I can't remember who I was having that conversation with. But anyways, moving on. So you they eventually Sea Pearl does not call you to her office. She comes down to meet you down there, and she just comes in again. She's spent a couple of minutes because it's only so appropriate for her to be dressed at least a certain way. So she quickly got on some basic, granted around the house clothing, but not her sleeping gown, right? And again, has a bit of a covering over it to stay warm because it's the middle of the night. And then comes downstairs, and as soon as she enters into the doorway, she goes, Viggo, what is the meaning of this?
Sorry, Battle Commander, but we were attacked by ex-members of the Paradel military that served in Juvencia. They were asking a lot of questions about what we were doing over there, and the guards have arrested. We managed to take 2 alive. The guards have taken them as well as Tristan and Gallon into custody, but I wanted to report to you straight away because I don't know how far this goes. I don't want them to be let go mysteriously in the night. It is definitely something related to our mission.
You have the assumption that you think that the prince or...
Tell them the questions they asked.
You have the assumption that the prince might have something to do with this out of Jovencia.
No.
Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I'll recant the questions that they were saying.
She nods.
I'll
and
say
says,
I'm worried about the guards, letting them go if there is someone else working with them.
She nods and says, and I suppose this needs to be handled immediately. It was kind of the guards to at least allow you to come and collect me.
They did not. They refused, and I believed that if there is somebody inside that we could lose valuable intel. So I left on my own accord. I didn't want this to pass us by.
A rash decision that you've made there. I wasn't a part of what had transpired, so I will not cast too heavy a judgment yet. But that does seem a bit foolish. She thinks for a moment and says, I will go and get myself appropriately prepared for a meeting at the garrison, not the garrison, the prison. Wait here. She turns and walks off. Several minutes later, the person that let you in comes in.
I really like Sea Pearl. I hope she's not going anywhere. I hope they're not making a move.
The person comes in and they're holding like a nice little platter that has on it, a little kettle of water, has the little tea bag already sitting inside the cup, but no tea in it yet. Oh, I should say the thing that you put the loose leaf inside, as well as like a couple of different things that you can use, like a spot of milk, some honey, a little bit of lemon, whatever it is that you like. And they come over and they offer you the tea and they pour it in for you, and they say, "Are you okay? Do you need any of your injuries looked at?"
Oh, I'm not injured.
Someone else's blood.
Yes.
Did any of us get hit? Oh no, you did. That's right, Tristan.
Yeah,
Tristan
a guy fucking stabbed me in one of my semi-major organs at least. Like,
That's a
that
good
could have
point,
been a
sorry.
liver
I
stab, to be
forgot
honest,
that
with the
you
amount
did
of
it.
damage that dealt.
So she looks at you and she like blinks once or twice and says, "Are the other two okay?"
I think Gallon is fine, although Tristan took a deep wound.
The cute one.
Carrick as well.
I don't think they would know who Carrick is, because the horse doesn't get like ridden into the building,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
She says, "Well,
Part
send
of the
my,
gang though, so Viggo mentioned him.
send my regards to Tristan. Hopefully he's okay."
I will. Thank you for your hospitality.
Did you need a snack or something? She takes a considerable amount of time to prepare if she's leaving.
That would be lovely.
She nods. She'll leave and come back with like a little bit of snack or whatever it is for you, but otherwise it's really engaging conversation. A little bit after that, they're going to come down and give to you. She's going to come down and be appropriately dressed, right, as a battle commander of the Paradel military out of Osto, but not out of Osto, out of McGlynn, so out of Dween. And she will then look to you and say, "Are you prepared?"
I am.
She nods.
And I just wanted to say, I may have overstepped, but better to be paranoid when it's not needed than not paranoid when it is.
Oh, don't worry. If they still wish to arrest you, I'm going to surrender you over to them.
He nods.
You guys will step out the front door, to which there's already a carriage waiting for you out front for the two of you to get into and start riding. And as you're riding, she says, "Describe to me how this played out," but you don't have to roleplay that. Yes, Tesh.
Yeah. I was going to say, as a note, because of the fact that they took our belongings, which includes Virgil, I just want to note that Virgil will be paying attention to who is inspecting our belongings.
The person opens it up, sifts through the stuff, and throws it into a bin somewhere.
Yeah, I just
bin?
like there'd be a bin, like a bin of like all of our stuff. Like it's not a bin as in like trash.
Yeah, I hope you don't mean that as in a trash bin or a recycling bin or as Scott has recently discovered, food waste bin.
Yeah.
Mind you, some municipalities, meaning like cities or counties or whatnot, might have rules that are more strict like that. Like I know there's places in California we have 4 different bins instead of 2, but around here it's just 2. So, yeah. Specifically around here, you actually every bag of trash that you throw out, you actually have these. The only way you're allowed to bring trash to your curb is you have to pay for the bag that your rubbish bags, like from your actual kitchen or whatever, go into. So whether it be like green, blue, orange, red, whatever, you have to buy those bags, which are a tax that you put your trash into to have it picked up. If it's not in that bag, they don't pick up your trash. That's just the way it goes. Yeah. So yeah, there's an incentive to put less trash inside of your actual barrel, which is why we get away with only, no matter what time of year it is, we get away with only 1 barrel. The thing that pisses me off is they give you one of those huge bins, like plastic bins, like you see in Bluey, that you put your recycling in. But not only do you only have 1 of those a week, whereas like the town I was living in a few years ago, you could have unlimited recycling. They only allow 1 of those a week. If that lid is even slightly lifted up, the person that comes by with the truck, if they see it lifted up, they don't even collect it. They just keep driving by it.
Yeah, that used to be a big issue here until it became a thing where you could request them to come back, and suddenly they were picking those up again.
Yeah, so what I just have, I just constantly buy new blades for my utility knife, and I just tear everything apart. So like if I get like a box delivery, those boxes are at the very least broken down into the 6 panels, if not broken down into like a 12 or more panels, you know, because I recycle a lot. Like I want it all in there. So, anyways, back to
So just basically, I just want him to pay attention in case someone particularly comes ruffling
nothing-
through our stuff.
nothing special like that at all. Eventually, a few hours later, Viggo, you guys go moving in. To which case, when the guards see her walking in with you, they're, Commander, whatever. Commander. She'll ask for questions. They'll tell them that you are part of the investigation. She'll say you're welcome to take them if it's necessary. And you can see the person that was leading the investigation. They have like wraps around their face and they have blood on their clothes and whatnot. And she, of course, will raise an eyebrow at it, but they don't speak to it. Just simply says something along the lines of like, I'll have a word with him. Oh, I will absolutely have a word with him. But they just put you aside into like a room for investigation. They don't, they're not like full on arresting you or anything like that yet. And they set her aside to go and speak to people. You're kept waiting because they're speaking for a bit. Again, another like hour and a half or so passes in the middle of the night. You guys, I mean, maybe Galen can sleep, or Tristan, who, by the way, we didn't roll for health point damage because it's all non-lethal, but they beat the shit out of you. They easily did like another 20 points of non-lethal damage to you. But again, you heal your level an hour when it's non-lethal, as long as you have the appropriate time to rest. You heal your level an hour that you have. So you are sore all over, but not like, anyways.
Well, and the giant stab wound,
which hasn't been treated.
Yep.
So anyways,
are we in the same cell?
No, he's put in isolation.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, yeah.
So anyways, and you were not in the same cell as the other people that you were freaking just arrested with. That would be stupid.
They're not that stupid.
Wait, how far away is his isolation thing?
What was that?
From me. I just want to check whether I need to see him for... Oh, no, that needs to be when the suit's on anyway. Never
He's
mind.
also inside stone and wood and whatnot, too, so you would not be able to penetrate. So anyways, you...
I thought Missive didn't need that.
All things require line of effect. All the rules apply the same. That's a universal rule. All right, so anyways, back to you. So you sit there for a nice long while until eventually when the door opens up for you to be investigated, you can actually see C-Pro walking out the front door. Of the jail, like where you kind of like you lean out and look, you see her walking out the front door. They come in to speak with you, sir, and they sit down. They allow you to explain your side of the story. Now, obviously, you're trying to give them the details. This person is attitudey with you, but they're actually trying to investigate. They're not very happy, clearly not very happy for several reasons, but they're trying to investigate. I imagine your character is pretty darn forthright.
Yep.
But because you're dealing with an uphill climb here, you have to roll a diplomacy check to even get this person to treat you like a decent human. Because he's going to be a dick because one of the people under your command, after you fucking ran away, broke his nose.
Yep.
Or at least dislocated or whatever, right?
Yes.
Hey.
That's
It's
beautiful.
just like Jake just goes.
No, Jake, you know when somebody's hostile, it is based off of DC 25 and gets modified from there. Do you want to modify that?
I will try. Sorry.
Is he
I don't know
hostile?
if we have any left.
I wonder.
I'll go to 30.
A 30 is
30's
really
pretty
solid. 30, I mean, 30 would beat most people. Even
4
hostile.
dice. Chat, you're amazing.
There's all V sword right there. She gave you the last 5, I think. 2, 4, 6, actually.
V-Sword, you're amazing.
Yep.
Thank you, V.
So, you are, so you speak to the person. And again, it's one of those things when you explain it out, he can understand why you were frustrated. Somebody literally just tried to attack you, right? And now you're being treated as though you're one of the guilty. Though, of course, he does explain. You do realize I'm investigating, right? But again, you guys talk it out. To be clear, you get your points across. 100% you get your points across. This is going to walk him from hostile to unfriendly. right? He's not happy, but he also understands that you getting C Pearl involved, why you're doing that, and he does explain to you, he's like, you realize I would have allowed her to get involved. You're like, time is of the essence. We don't know what's happening. This goes over your head. And he's kind of like annoyed, but he also understands that this is military stuff. He also knows to a degree who C Pearl is because he just had a conversation with her. So again, it's one of those like, I get it. You just handled this horribly. And he's furious with Neil's character. Anyways, he does tell you, he's like, I don't see it. He's like, I don't see it necessary in locking you up at the moment. He's like, but I do know that the commander wanted to have a further conversation. She'll be returning shortly. I will have Gallon released to come join you sitting here.
He'll nod. Thank the guy.
And then turn invisible and go get Tristan.
We'll wait.
I'm just kidding.
We'll wait. I'm not gonna push this guy. I just had a good conversation with him. We're not gonna push our luck yet.
Somebody says, boy, get up over to Gallon. Let's Gallon out this way. Leads him over into the room where you see what's his face sitting, and he's sitting inside there. And they leave you two alone in the room. If you want to have a quick chat, I don't know if you care to or not.
Gallon, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. That was quite the exit.
Hope it wasn't too rough on you when I left.
Oh, I'm fine. Tristan's knuckles, though.
I assumed something had happened when he just called for you.
He decided to announce that he was going to charge us all with resisting arrest. So Tristan decided to play along with the charges.
You see Viggo smiling. And he says,
yeah. It was pretty. And there's like a pause and it was pretty good.
Viggo looking and be like.
So, anyways,
we'll do what we can.
Well,
for it.
So I will actually like go serious for a moment and say, probably didn't make things easy though, but can't take it back now. Yeah,
You saved our life more than once.
Oh yeah, he's earned a bit of leeway. As I said, really good punch.
When a couple more hours pass, and eventually the door is opened up, and one of the guards is going to bring Tristan in to join you, who again still hasn't had his injuries looked at yet.
Yeah, Tristan would is clearly guarding his abdomen and would limp in with black eye, bruised. He'd grin when he sees you guys, but it wouldn't be it's like a grin and then back to no movement because that's better.
Did the guard let Tristan in and leave?
They let Tristan in and leave, and says they literally say, "Be having company in a minute."
So he shuts the door. Viggo immediately, just because he didn't throw down all of his stuff, he hands him.
Oh yeah, you didn't get your stuff taken.
Healing potion.
Oh, healing potion. No, he
Sorry,
would drink it
a little bit
quite
better.
thankfully. I think. Yeah.
Yep. Is that
1d8
+1, right?
+1 for them? Yeah.
Yep.
So what is that? A
Pure light wounds, 28 +1.
d8 plus. Oh,
Nice. That's more than half of what you lost.
Oh, that is
nice.
What is our luck?
And just so you
I'm
know,
scared.
if you had any non-lethal damage on you, it heals both regular and non-lethal of that amount. So if there was any
Okay,
non-lethal
so
still
it
on you-
probably.
yeah. So you can imagine the black eye is already set back from being the deep purple already to the light kind of greenish yellowish color of the half healed and all that fun stuff, right? So he's already looking a lot better.
Yeah. After you drink it, he'll
actually,
say,
no, we just said
I'll
it in
see
chat.
to that. I'll see to that wound when we're out.
Cool. And so then the door swings open and C Pearl is standing there. And she's going to walk in, holding a bit of paperwork, and come over and sit at the seat that the other guy was sitting at beforehand, opposite the three of you. And she sits down. She says, she looks at Tristan and holds up some paperwork and says, do you know what this is?
No.
She tears it in half. It was, tears it one more time, a recommendation for a promotion.
Understood, ma'am.
The guard captain here, whose nose you broke, has said that you will be serving your few days' time in isolation as a punishment for attacking the guards. I agree with that. However, you have responsibilities to me as well. So you'll be getting a small reprieve to meet me back at my estate so that we could handle other details that you will be going over, so we can go over other details that you'll be handling after you are released from the prison, assuming, of course, you don't find yourself in here for a longer period. Understand? Act out of turn again, and you'll be getting a demotion instead.
Yes, ma'am.
She looks at the other two and says, I'm not going to say that I condone the actions of the other two of you, but I do understand them. It was a strange situation. You did the best you could with the scenario that was put before you. Thank you for informing of the situation. I have some details I'd like to go over with you. You two have been released, and he is released until this evening. So I will you will see to it, she says to Viggo, that he is returned before the sun sets, so he can serve his time for his actions against the captain. And in the meanwhile, you will meet at my estate. I expect you there. I was about to look at a watch. She's like, I'll expect you there in about an hour's time. As I said, we were speaking over... No, sorry. I expect you there in about 3 hours' time. As I told you, we were speaking over lunch. For now, I have a prince to meet with. And she slides her chair back and stands up and says, I always like when I get a full night's rest before I speak to the prince. And then she turns and walks out the door.
Galen does like one of those
The door's left
shoulder.
open.
Oh yeah, Galen does one of those like shoulder claps to like the sort of like sorry sort of things to Tristan.
He'd shrug. I don't want to command people anyway. Besides, I couldn't let that man lie, could I?
Fair point. Let's get going. Well, oh, sorry. What'd you say?
I said let's get that looked at more or less. Like let's
Oh,
go
yeah.
and I'll look at that. Do we pass the guard captain on the way out?
We collect that stuff.
No, he was up late, so he actually would have probably gone actually to go and rest off his broken nose. So somebody else would be in charge right now, probably a different captain. So
So we'll probably go to wherever we're resting, and I will try and treat Triss's wounds.
yep, you can make a surgery check for that.
Mhm. Where is it?
Sorry, I like the big brother syndrome because she was like, I can't condone what you two did. I'm like, the fuck did I do?
Bro, do you want to luck that so you can hit the 20? You need you need a 20 to succeed.
What happens if I
Oh,
don't
do you?
succeed?
You don't heal him at all.
Wait, doesn't he get the +2?
No, not for this. This is not a normal.
Oh, that's
Do we get
what
our
it is, a
healing
stuff?
check.
Do we get our stuff back?
Not Tristan.
Oh, hang on. I had my tools. So that actually gives me a
He
Two more?
never lost his stuff.
yeah, +3.
3 more, so it's a 21.
Yeah.
But aren't you supposed to re-roll because you didn't have the modifier on there, or do you never apply that like that?
I am supposed to. I can reroll.
Yeah, you re-roll with the modifier as per the
re-roll.
normal rules.
Yeah.
She's such a mom.
A cool
See,
mum.
brother?
like a cool mum. She's like, Chris, don't do that again.
Yeah.
Well, that was big. You were gonna get promotion after all the shit you guys just did.
He doesn't want promotion. He doesn't want command of other soldiers.
Oh, Warden,
He's a
you wouldn't get
champion.
command. You'd be fine.
He's a champion, and that's what he wants.
We actually statted this out recently in a different one of my.
Actually, so yeah, I can understand that from Tristan's point of view. He's got the position he wants. Like,
Let me scroll up for a second.
He's more ashamed
If that was
she
Viggo, he
is-
would have been devastated. I'm not gonna
He's
lie.
more. I mean, he's upset about it, but he's more ashamed that like he embarrassed her.
yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say it's
yeah,
the
yeah.
I'm disappointed factor versus the anger thing.
I actually
The-
have it done. Oh, where the hell is?
Yeah, I'm not angry. I'm disappointed. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so Propeller to military as a warden. So actually, yeah, the rules, because I actually did the rules based off of like how mass combat works in Pathfinder, all that stuff. Champion, Warden, and Excellent all count as heroes or like one soldier armies or being a part of a different army if you're doing mass combat. It's actually not until Chief Excellent that you actually start commanding people, in which case then it's a patrol or 5 people under your command. So you actually wouldn't start commanding people until a rank above what Tesh currently is. I mean, on small little quick things, sure, maybe.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
not
well,
properly.
law-wise, Warden is where you can first be saddled with.
With, yeah, responsibility of commanding people, yes. So with your 28 total, sir, you're actually able to beat the DC by 5 or more. So you get to add your wisdom modifier to damage healed. So normally he heals health points equal to his level. So, which would be 5 plus your wisdom modifier.
God damn.
1. So he heals 6 health points from your surgery on him, which takes just over an hour after traveling there. So more or less by the time you get there, you treat the wounds. He does have time to like properly clean your clothes, which he can do with a spell or whatever. Get changed because
Oh yeah, I got prestidigitation.
get changed and whatnot, and then you're able to finally head back to meet with her for the whatchamacallit. I won't lie, I've had to pee for a very long time. I'm just gonna take like 2 minutes to run upstairs, go pee, and run right back down to get into the RP. So you finish this up. I'll be right back. You guys can chatter amongst yourselves as you guys are like walking over or like while you're doing the surgery about what transpired or whatever you want to, right?
I will do the same. Be right back. But I can still hear.
So you really got that guy.
Well, I'd had a few pints, and I'd just been stabbed. So, yes, the flames of Kraline's passion were upon me. He was trying to do his job at first, and I respected that. But, to accuse us of resisting arrest didn't seem right. Neither was punching him.
I'm sorry for putting you guys in that situation.
I think it was needed, an attack on Peridel military in broad daylight. Well, evening, but, you know.
I thought so too. So, I don't know. Nobody else seems to share the urgency, but I'm not
No,
sure whether
I think
did the right thing or not.
your reaction was appropriate.
Tristan, how did that potion go for you?
Yeah, what the hell was in that? Oh my god.
He didn't.
Yeah, he
turn anything, so that was a plus.
that crunch.
It
That-
seemed to work very well.
Yeah, he got you, but then damn did you get him.
Well,
Yeah, and
we'll
then,
hopefully be able to make you some more of those. Maybe something for you too, Gallon. Something that makes you a bit
like the
quicker,
sound of
like I can do for myself.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, got no qualms with the effect of the potion.
Well, that's good.
Do you think Seapel's still mad?
Did wake her up in the middle of the night.
Do you think I
Running on
should?
very little sleep. Less than more than us though.
Do you think I should like buy her something? Like she had that nice whiskey that I drank. Maybe I could get her like a fine bottle of something, just to say sorry on like a more personal note. Obviously, didn't mean to.
No idea how that works.
Regarded as appropriate for us to be giving gifts to our senior.
Yeah,
That is a good point.
yeah, I suppose.
Best we can do now is listen and answer when spoken to.
Fair enough.
Jake is used to getting in trouble. He knows, I fucked up. I should probably just be compliant for a little bit, just to let it all kind of like wash by. And then after it washes by, then I start doing really good to make them forget about it. Yep.
It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully all the fucking information we got in Yovincia is
We
gonna
got a
help.
lot of information.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we
let's do
were.
this.
That's where we were prepped
I got
for
them.
promotions.
I got the doing some fucking information on the AC that people aren't supposed to know. So that'll be good. I'm
Yeah.
sure I'll appreciate that.
And I'm going to throw into you guys a little secret chat, the how I had broken down the mass combat rules based off of parallel ranks right there for you. So you can see how that
Oh
works.
wow.
Yeah. So like Jake right now can technically lead 20 soldiers and whatnot. But anyways, moving on. So you go to meet with her for brunch. I can't remember. Did she say at her estate? Yeah, I was at her estate for brunch. So actually there's like food is provided for you, which is nice. And it's actually a pretty decent spread. Like, I mean, is this like the greatest thing ever? No, because she's actually a pretty simple person. She doesn't come from like a wealthy background like Jake's character. So she actually likes, in my opinion, my favorite kind of food in real life is like simple foods done well. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Right? As opposed to like when things get like really hoity. I'm like,
I completely agree.
right? But like simple foods done too well is like obnoxious. Like it's a deconstructed peanut butter and jelly. Fuck you. Just give me bread.
Just give me
peanut
a
butter,
really
right?
good
peanut butter
yeah.
jelly.
Just
right?
give me a really good schnitzel and I'm good.
Yeah. But moving on. So either way, so you have like a proper meal that's set in front of you. And so it's weird to be having a conversation with her over a meal. It's just she has to be efficient with her time. You guys come in, sit down. She looks at she does eye Tristan a couple of times as he goes to sit down, seeing that he's moving with he's less pained, properly dressed, so on and so forth. She does give like a agitated look, but she doesn't address the issue unless it's addressed by one of you guys. She says, I spoke with the prince after he had after he has digested what it was that you had reported to him. And of course, at my meeting with him this morning, I did have to add on the little happenings, the happenstance of what transpired last night. It was interesting revelation that we had. Needless to say, the soldiers, or former soldiers, that were collected are being questioned. We're hoping to get more details out of them soon. But first and foremost, I do want to say congratulations on what you did in Renetslav. The prince not only was able to survive his coronation, but is already happily settled into place. In case you haven't heard, the prince gets to appoint who it is that serves as their master of war. With the previous prince having been assassinated, much of the fault or blame of that happens to fall onto the master of war of Yovincia. Needless to say, the new prince doesn't exactly want somebody that they deem incompetent to be by their side. So they are appointing a new master of war. The old one is was made an offer. We will actually be accepting him here in Duin as an acting field commander, at least for some time. We all know that he has the position of high commander, but there is no space for that at the moment, so he'll be acting as a field commander in the interim. while this all takes place. Speaking of promotions and opportunities, the River King has made dealings with the Master of War of Jovincia, and the time leading up to now, to position how it is that the upcoming campaigns in the West are going to be transpiring. I was given new duties. It is my responsibility to oversee the campaign that takes place in the lake that resides in northern Jovance. I will be overseeing the collection and containing, as well as repelling attacks against all of the towns that border that lake and maintain control over the lake itself. As a matter of fact, it has been told to me that if I succeed in this campaign, that the lake, after it is fully under Paradil control, will be renamed Lake Sea Pearl. So no pressure there, she says with almost a sarcastic smile.
Theo would give a polite little smile, not really react much.
It was actually at this point that you would notice, Jake, that her uniform that she wears is slightly different. There are battle commanders. That's what she is. She's a BC. But now that you see next to, and I'm actually currently going through the development of what all the different ranks look like. She has a star next to her typical battle commander rank insignia, which actually suggests there's battle commanders, and then there's like battle commanders that like are they're literally it's the step right before becoming a field commander. Like she in theory this is like the semi-promotion to potentially become a field commander, meaning that she would oversee everything. That means she's overseeing at least 1,000 soldiers at this point in time. It's 1,000 plus is what she's going to be overseeing, which is not small. You know, if she's able to maintain control or gain control of the lake, she likely would be getting that promotion to maintain it and so on and so forth. So it's or fleet commander in this scenario, yeah. Either way, battle commander is what you would call it in the normal military. Of course, you can imagine the Navy would be slightly different, but moving on. So she says, so I will be moving west for some time. She leaves a pause there.
I'm sorry that we must part with my recent actions coloring our... It's been an honor. The River King's lucky to have you.
Indeed.
She raises an eyebrow.
BC.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
He just said congratulations, BC.
Okay. I was just saying, nobody said congratulations. So she raises an eyebrow, and then you say congratulations, BC. And then she nods and says thank you, because that's usually the appropriate response. Oh, congrats on that promotion. That's huge.
Well, we know that she's not like super keen about moving, so
I just let her speak
like...
until it was appropriate, rather than interjecting with a stupid congratulations.
No, I know, but they said other things first, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
So, so she says, in the meanwhile, the crap, what was his name? The Master of War. I had it written down.
Oh, I have it. Scroll. Zephyr Diamondback.
That's right. Zephyr Diamondback. That's right. Let me just write it down right here. That was an inside roll.
I wrote it down because I couldn't even remember Master of War, let alone his name, so I had to write it down.
Okay. So anyways, Zephyr Diamondback. So she says High Commander Diamondback will be effectively taking my position for the time being while we find a place for him. It's actually High Commander Diamondback who you'll be reporting to directly in the interim while things are going on. As for your first commands there, I have to say we have found a tether. There were other plans for you, but this has taken our interests. The idea that there were former members of the Paranil military, supposedly all having acted in Jovincia, that are now over here acting effectively like criminals. This is of interest to us. Is this an organized thing, or is this a one-off? If it is organized, was this something that is done as a bit of a criminal underbelly, or an action of the former prince themselves? And who better to oversee this than the person that would have potentially had insight or given them orders prior? Now, I'm telling you this for a reason. You will be taking orders and delivering your reports to and through a High Commander Diamondback. But let's be clear. You and I serve the River King. He is new to this land. He is a bit of an outsider, if you will. So, whatever he says, whatever actions he asks of you, be critical of them. Follow orders, she says, boring in at Tristan. But be mindful of the orders that are given. I would like to believe that he will help us to snake out whatever problem this is so we can resolve it appropriately. But that doesn't mean that this isn't something that he himself put in place prior to leaving his former position. Like my promotion was. Understood?
Understood.
Yes, basically.
Very well then. Again, I had other responsibilities for you, but instead of heading to the Delagus, you'll be staying here in Duin for some time to handle this. And you guys are probably, two of you, kind of happy you're not going to Delagus where you've heard of the horrible things over there, but one of you kind of saddened by that. Oh my God. She says, Duin needs you right now. Your responsibility until you meet with the High Commander is to just start your preliminary work of investigating. Find out how far and wide this is, what they're connected to, etc., etc. I will say that during the time that Tristan is serving his appropriately given sentence, the two of you could potentially spend some time in the prison as well, investigating. While I'm sure that the captain of the guard is more than capable at what it is he does, we all understand that the two of you are more capable than any guard is.
I think that's an excellent idea.
She says, any questions about your responsibilities?
I don't
No, man.
know.
Good. Then I have a favor to ask of the three of you. She reaches over and she holds up a plate and she gives it like a little shake and the stuff on it jiggles a little bit. I'm heard this is called tofu. It looks horrifying. Each of you try it and please tell me what you think.
Absolutely.
At that, if you guys have questions for her, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, it can break down into some basic, for the first time ever, like actual conversation because you're literally eating over a meal. Unfortunately, Norway, it's silky, extra slimy.
Oh,
Yeah. Firm tofu I've had before
like
and it's okay.
firm tofu.
Right? Because you can have it in like soups and stuff, or in like salads and stuff, and so it's not so bad. But it's silky.
Patrick's actually gotten me on literally like just for a snack, like having firm tofu, cut it up, like briefly cook it in the air fryer for like just a teeny tiny bit, and then put soy sauce on it. It's
Because
really
it gives it
good.
a bit of a crisp.
Yeah.
It's almost like toasting a
Nice.
marshmallow. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Any questions you guys would do, or? Ooh, Ash,
Do we do a
don't-
debrief,
I don't think so.
like where like what's the the look? How much we getting paid without saying that? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Also, little Deva thought we might have got promoted for that really good job that we did.
We might have.
Oh, thank you. I was still chewing. Might have.
I would say that's not a subject
Should
we
we-
want
should we-
to broach right
I'm
now.
not gonna
It would
approach-
not. It
I'm
would
not
not
gonna
be an
approach it.
appropriate time to just
No,
hand
not
out
at
a
all.
promotion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know you got arrested last night, but hey, granted, you could have been arrested without there being a problem. Could have.
Well, look at what we uncovered.
Look,
Now
it's
we've
not
uncovered
my
something they
fault
want
that
us
they
to stay
can't
here
teach
for.
the guards properly.
What was uncovered is not a public thing though, right? Like that's a hush hush.
Yeah,
thing.
we'll go. It's
All
fine.
of
What we
what
can do
we've
is
done is
we
hush-hush.
can solve this situation, and that'll put things right.
Yeah, that sucks.
She does say at some point in time during the conversational bit, I was hoping to be there the first time you met with the prince directly, but unfortunately it seems like that's not likely to be the case. So I will give you this advice. When you speak to him, shut up.
Galen goes to say understood and stops.
She'll give like just a little bit of a nod. And other than that, the other bit of conversation that she would get into from all the details that you unveiled, because she would actually turn to Galen and say, there are little tidbits of information here that are certainly of interest to me. First and foremost, I do want to say thank you for the bit of a heads up as to how it is the Arcane Congress is going to be playing out over there. It is important to note that whenever you're dealing with seafarer combats, that you do have capable mages on hand in case there are capable mages on the other hands. You just need one wizard that's capable of throwing balls of fire, and then you have an entire campaign thrown sideways from a single individual. So, I'll be working closely with the AC and keep what you had let for me close in mind. But more importantly, Tika Capro is meant to be the beginning of my campaign. I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you.
She nods.
He'll go to like say something more, but then he'll stop himself and just say thank you again.
She nods. After that, anything else your characters would talk about? Because it's about that time that the stream ends. So anything else that you would ask, anything else you bring up, or are we pretty much good here? And next week we'll start your investigation of those soldiers and what's happening here in McGlynn.
I don't think there's anything else Galen would bring up. I mean, he'd be quite happy to have conversation about if it's just us and Sea Pearl in here. Then he'd be quite happy to talk with her about anything that like happened, if it comes up in conversation.
Okay, no problem. I do want to say that I do have my Patreon session this Saturday, and literally their campaign, what they chose to do is for the new nation that's being formed over there. That's fighting against Jovance, Paradel, and gaining some of the aid of Amalta and some of the aid from like Aldaria and stuff like that. The one that the Vigilites did their mass exodus over to lend the aid for. That is the campaign that they chose to play. They are doing that game. That is what they're... Yep. So they are literally going over there to effectively fight against, if they're on the boat, if they're on a motherfucking boat. they're
Yes, you
fighting
mean
against Seapro.
Throne Maker.
Yeah, Throne Maker, yeah. But so either way, they're
Do we get an access to funds?
to what?
Oh, I'm sure we will if
Just
we
a
go
do-
check out.
Oh yeah. When you guys get to the whatchamacallit, you'll absolutely be able to. So you can like do shopping or whatever afterwards. But I'm going to go and jump in the shower. I'll probably hop on a call with you guys around 11:45, 12 o'clock. Yes, sir.
Just for the sake of making it easier for us to work out that shopping ahead of time, can we know how much credits we have so we can sort that out?
I'll message you at some point in time in the America today.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as a note, I owe Viggo 100. No, yeah, it's actually I said 100 of those credits because I got some really good stuff out of it. Because I borrowed 75 off him.
Always owing money.
Go back to all of this anyway.
So
I know, but still.
anybody want to say anything before we get out of here?
I'm good.
No.
Halo Infinite coming out soon. I definitely want to stream it, as well as the new war. The test tube. You should Twitter. The new war for Warframe is what I mean. We've been waiting years and years and years for the new war, and I'm super excited. And of course, Halo Infinite is Halo Infinite. Don't need to say much more.
Halo. Awesome. Cool. There will be Lost Initiative tonight, and I'll send you guys stuff later on. Like I said, I'll hop on a call with you guys in about, for whoever wants to hop into the Discord chat, in about 45 minutes, give or take, 10 minutes, right? So by noon, I'll be on a call with you guys. Anyways, I will let you all go. Thank you so much for coming by and help me out, hang out, and whatnot. And nobody is streaming as of what that says, so we're just gonna end the stream. Bye, everybody. Bye.